my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all shooting some ball outside of school. When a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your Nazi uncle in Bel Air."
People in the house, let's go. It's your boy JC. So, pass that thing and watch me flex. Behind my back, you know what's next. Get jam. All in your face, what's up? Just feel the bass. Drop it, rock it down the room. Shake it, wake it, face the moon.
Don't you tell me to stop. You stick around and make it with your wild. Now it's beyond what you can die. Being because so versatile. Style, profile. I said, and always make you back when I hit ooh child. From the heart you never have to run down. I will never fall to the back and lie. When you gotta leave, I will provide.
In a club, hard rock. Big up, big girl, she on the job. Now stop when we get a spot. Moving through the weight like she on the fly. With a drink, I got to know. Top G, tattoo, cause I'm rock, rock. Half black, half white, diamond now. Gang of money, all the time.
Yo, I'm running through these halls like Drano. I got that devilish blue rock and roll, no halo. We party rock. Yeah, that's the crew that I'm repping on the rise to the top. No lead or Zeppelin.
I'm a nice dude with some nice cream. See these ice creams, see these ice creams. Eligible bachelor, $1 million boat. That's mighty than what's spilling down your throat. A phantom, exterior like this ass. An interior like suicide ritual. I can exercise you, this could be your phys ed. She's on your man, wanna have you get at his ass.
Now whenever the beat, my name was Shock. If I rap, shoot my beats and shock. Step from the ghetto when I start to chop. I'm no longer Jack DJ era. If you try to knock me, you'll get rocked. I'll stir fry you in my rock. You need to start shaking and your fingers pop like a bitch in the neck on Mr. Strop.
Step up fast and be the first girl to make me throw this cash. We get money, don't be mad, I'll stop. Hate is bad, one more shot for us. Another round, please fill up, hook up. Don't mess around, you just want to see. You shake it up, now you home with me. Get naked now.
Turn it up, cause it's getting heavy. Wild, wild, West Coast. These are the girls I love the most. I mean the ones, I mean like she's the one. Kiss her, touch her, squeeze her buns.
I gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day you die, you gon' touch the sky. You gon' touch the sky, baby girl. Testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day you die, you gon' touch the sky.
Feeling norm, Korean not alone. Baby, baby, not more. Don't I don't know. Feeling norm, Korean not alone. Baby, baby, not more. Don't I don't know what I'm saying.
Mario C like to keep it clean. Gonna shine like day sunbeam. Keep on running cause that's my dream. Hit more deep or stick it to me. Now when it comes to envy, going green. Jealous of the rhyme and the rhyme routine. Another dimension, new galaxy. Intergalactic planetary.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Tuesday stream. I hope everyone's having an absolutely amazing Tuesday so far, and I hope you've actually had an amazing Monday yesterday without me. A quick shout out to Ash, who claimed first, and also a bunch of redeems. Let me do that real quick. All right, I'm gonna sit up. Ooh yeah, posture check. And hydrate. Everyone in chat that's came along, drink your water and or what am I saying, chat? Drink your water. Eat your water, it's good for you. Whoop, whoop. Thank you so much for that hydrate check, Ash. And hello, everyone. I hope everyone's having an absolutely amazing day. Everyone having a good time, relaxing. I see Ash. Ash has been a little bit lonely. Well, hopefully, mate. Hopefully today, today's stream will give you a little bit something to take your mind off that. I know that I'm not there in person or anything like that, but I understand that it could be a struggle getting adapted to, you know, missing a friend or having someone move away, or in this case go to another school and what have you. But don't worry, because as always, school is a temporary thing. You'll eventually be able to graduate, mate, and then, you know, go out on your own and go wherever you want. No one can stop you. But with that said, let's see. I don't think too much has happened since Sunday. We have a couple followers we'll need to add to Follower Mountain at the end of stream, but aside from that, I think that's about it. So let's just jump right into it. I'm thinking that today's plans are going to primarily focus around collecting some resources and trying to do a little bit of decorating, right? I want to kind of get I want to not cheat really, but you know, I want to catch a glimpse of what the crater might look like when it's done. Because one, if there's any problems with my design that I have purely in my head right now, then I can adjust it, you know, by doing some creative building in a test world, so to speak, to see what we might be able to do to remedy it. And with that, also, I'll be able to take into consideration things I could add to make it better. But I mean, we're like a good halfway done with this thing. Your mom keeps trying to tell you to stop hanging out with Aki because she's going to a new school? Yeah, but I mean, that doesn't mean you have to stop hanging out with her. It just means you have to, like, it's not so much so that you're not allowed to miss her or anything, but I mean, if it's going to cripple you to the point where you can't function as a person, you know, like, you have to find a way to cope in the meanwhile, because it's not realistic for you. Why doesn't your mom like Aki? I mean, okay, look, this is going to be something that everyone has to deal with at one point, right? Like, you're going to sometimes like people that your parents don't. And you're going to sometimes have, what's its name? Like, she hasn't even met her? Yeah, I know, but like, parents aren't always rational. I'm not saying your mom is wrong, and I'm not saying she's right. Like, I'm not trying to sit there and pick sides with this. I'm being a completely neutral party. From what I've seen of Aki, I think she's pretty cool, but I don't know her personally. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what she's like in real life. And if your mom's never met her, then she doesn't either. You know what I mean? So realistically, it's just take it with a grain of salt. Like, you know, try not to take it too seriously, but at the same time, don't you know, like, don't stress about it. That's really the thing. It's like there's no sense in stressing about it. She's pretty much the same. Yeah, I figure. I mean, like I said, it really just comes down to sometimes parents have their reasons, and they're not always good reasons, but they generally have their reasons, right? Like, maybe your mom, as a kid, had a really bad experience with having a best friend that also moved away and then changed completely when they were away, and when they met them again, it hurt her. You know what I mean? Like, she got traumatized effectively. And I'm not saying that that's a just cause for her to be like, you are not allowed to have a friend because it might happen to you. You know what I mean? But like, she might not just be trying to be a dick or something. Like, she might have a legitimate reason. And it's not to say that that same thing would happen to you. Like, Aki going away and then you meeting her again after school, she might be the same exact person you know? Like, it's not like those things have to repeat themselves. But generally, people... Ooh, crunching my toes. Generally, people don't just do things for no reason. So, like, if your mom has a hate boner for Aki for no reason whatsoever, chances are there's some really strange, deep, hidden reason as to why she inherently dislikes her. That's what I mean. Like, y'all are gonna hang out all the time anyway, so it doesn't really matter. At that point in time, like I said, when you're an adult and you can move out and do whatever you want, it really doesn't matter what your mom thinks. Like, she can, at that point in time, she can either agree with your choices or disagree with them. But if you're living under your own roof, you know, doing whatever you want to do, you're your own adult at that point. You're allowed to make your own shots. I would always caution people to take, like, their parents' advice, but at the same time, because, you know, like, think about it. Like, our parents are all older than we are, right? Like, they gave birth to us, they've been through the things we've been through. And I'm not saying your parents are always right, but generally they're speaking from experience. So, like, always listen to what they say. Like, never just think you know better than them, because you might have more information about a specific thing than they have because of, you know, whatever your circumstances are. But at the same time, they might have stuff to consider that you don't know. So just try to take all information. And it's basically like, okay, have you guys ever had like the phenomena where like you have two friends, let's say, that are fighting, something happened. If you ask one friend what happened, they say one story. Then you ask another friend what happened, they say a completely different story. And effectively by combining those two stories, the real story is somewhere in the middle. you know, because everyone's skewing their story to their experience and to their side. But realistically, some of the things that are happening, there are truths. So you kind of got to make your own story. So like effectively, you'll have on one side something that you know that you've been doing your life, and then your parents will have something that they know that they've been doing their whole life. And neither one of you are 100% correct, right? Like no one could be perfect, but generally somewhere in the middle is the actual right answer. You know what I mean? So like I would just caution people, like, even though our parents can be a pain in the butt sometimes and we don't always agree with what they say, like at least listen to what they say, consider it, and make your decisions based off of the fact that you listened, absorbed their knowledge, and then made your consideration. Because I'll tend to find that even, and this is the chat, this is from personal experience. Like as a kid, if I ever sat there and said, no, I know better than my parents and I listen to myself only, I tend to find that to some degree, my parent was right. Like my mom or my dad said like, oh, if you do that, this is going to happen and you'll see, you're not going to like it. And it's like, okay, it's not like they read the future and they were perfect, right? But like to some degree, they knew what was going on. They had experience that I didn't. So that's it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying that Aki's a horrible person or anything, because obviously I love Aki too. She's awesome. But you know what I mean? Like your mom doesn't know the whole story, but at the same time, she also knows stuff that you don't know, even if it's not related to Aki. So kind of that's everything in life, honestly, chat, not just with parents. Like someone else always has some experience for something that you don't know. So even if they're saying complete nonsense, at least listen to what they say and then ascertain logically what you want to take out of that, and you know what the truth would be with all that considered. That's all I'm really saying. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, and your mom might not realize that. That's really what it might be coming down to. Like, your mom might think that she's a person that's there for you and helping you because she's your parent, but she's not able to help you in the way that Aki can help you. And she doesn't see that she can't be that person for you. You know what I mean? Like, she might not be trying to be malicious. It just might be that she can't, oh wait, what? I'm not collecting dirt. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. I try to give every person the benefit of the doubt, just period. Like, even if they're a horrible, I'm not saying your mom's a horrible person, but like, even if they're a horrible person, I always try to give them the benefit of the doubt. This way I could sit there and be like, you know, let's look at it from their point of view. Like, if I put myself in their shoes, does it change anything? And if it does, then I might reconsider. I might still do the same thing I intended to do, but I might do it with a different frame of mind. It's just always, it's important to just keep that sort of stuff in mind. Let's go real quick, hit up our sand farm, because I don't think I have, actually I have a decent amount of it, but we're gonna want more. Let's just grab what we have here for now. Grab it all. And I'll take a little bit of black. We'll grab a shulker. Point of view, exactly. That's all I need to know. Blocks. Block game. That, and honestly, sometimes there isn't a good answer. Like, that's the thing, chat. Like, we don't get to know in advance if all the decisions we've ever made are correct. Like, perfect example would be like, if you sit there and say, okay, well, do I cross the street now, or do I wait for the car to pass? And let's say you hesitate for a moment, then decide, screw it, I have plenty of time, I'm gonna go run across the street, right? And then the car almost hits you and some accident happens, right? You know what I mean? Like a friggin', they crash into a phone pole and the phone pole pulls down on a tree and then sets fire to a friggin' nearby house. You know what I mean? Like some crazy thing happened and you go, oh my God, that was my fault. I clearly should not have crossed the street. That was the wrong choice. Because of the thing I did, all of that stuff happened. Yeah, but you can't rewind time and not cross the street. So let's say theoretically you did. Let's say theoretically you rewind time and decide, I'm not going to cross the street because I know what happens when I do and I don't want any of that to happen. So you stand there and instead the car swerves because the guy was on his phone and basically crashes into you and kills you and then knocks over the same phone pole. And like, you know, like effectively the same thing happens except for you also die instead of just causing an accident. you might sit there and be like, well, how were you supposed to know? Exactly, you weren't supposed to know that was going to happen. Like, you never know what's going to happen. And even though an outcome might feel like the worst of the two things, you can never really go back and find out if it was. You know, it's a weird thing. I had a story that I used to tell people whenever they were really depressed, specifically about like their life is just the worst and they hate it and they can't do it anymore. You know, like there's no one sadder than them sort of thing. Like when people were just so depressed that they couldn't think of anything else besides how horrible their life was. I would tell them this story, and it's kind of sad, chat. So I mean, does chat want the moods? You know, does chat want to feel feels right now? Because I don't want to depress chat. But I feel like this is a powerful story, and honestly, I feel like I've saved a life with it once or twice. So like, if anything, anyone could remember this story and tell it to a friend in need. And maybe, I mean, I'm not saying you're going to be a therapist and you're going to just walk around saving lives telling a story, but like, maybe this perspective would be good to help someone in the future. It's kind of like that Doctor episode 10 Donna called Turn Left and It's Good, lol. Okay, so here's the story, chat. There was this guy, right? And this guy was like the unluckiest guy in the world. Like anything and everything that could possibly ever go wrong always went wrong in this guy's life. And he never tried to let it keep him down. Like, he still got up and went to work every day. He still, you know, he got out of bed every morning. He tried to prove to himself that effectively, you know, like superstition and circumstance, it was all in his head. It couldn't be real. Fate's not a real thing, you know. His own positivity was the one. The one, yeah, where the world gets taken over because someone went. Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of stories where people go back in time and try to kill Hitler and then end up screwing up the world somehow for the worse. But anyway, back to this story. So this guy constantly has horrible luck. Everything in the world happens to him. It's always the worst case scenario. He hates it. And one day he decides, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to do something for myself. He's going to go plan this extravagant vacation where he's going to have nothing but a good time and nothing is going to ruin it. He scrounged and saved like his life savings to take this amazing vacation. And he feels like he's gotten every single avenue covered. No matter what goes wrong, he feels like he's got it covered, like he's got it planned. Like Murphy's Law isn't going to hold him down, right? So effectively, chat, this man buys his plane ticket. And the night before he's supposed to fly, he's already got himself packed. He printed off the internet, like the most ideal route to get to the airport. He set 2 alarm clocks, one on his phone and one on his alarm, like on his desk, to make sure that he wakes up hours before he's supposed to leave, so he could be at the airport with plenty of time to spare, like plenty of time, like an obscene amount of time. He's not going to worry about missing his flight. That's never going to happen. He takes his car keys and he puts them next to his bed, so all he has to do is wake up, throw his clothes on, grab his car keys, grab his luggage, get in the car and go, right? It's going to be a super smooth transition. He planned everything out beforehand. Well, normally his car keys would always be in the same spot. He would always leave them by the door because that's just where he always remembered putting them. But this man didn't think about that. He went to sleep, just content, slept like a puppy, like an adorable, cute puppy. Just rested the night away without any concerns because he knew he had everything covered. Well, as you would know, because this man is the most unluckiest person in the world, misfortune follows him everywhere. As he was sleeping that night, the power went out. So his phone that he left charging didn't end up charging and then ended up dying overnight. So now his phone alarm won't wake him up in the morning. On top of it, the battery that was inside of his tabletop one was dead. And he didn't realize it because it was plugged into the wall. So that one also went out. So now his alarms are gone. No alarms to wake him up. But that's fine because when he wakes up with about an hour to spare. He wakes up to the sun shining through his window in his eyes and freaks out upon the realization that his phone and alarm are dead. But when he finally goes and finds a clock somewhere that tells him the time, he realizes he could still make it to the airport in time. So frantically, he gets himself dressed. And in his rush, He's panicking, looking everywhere for his car keys because in his panic, he forgot he put them next to his bed for easy access. So he started looking through his pants from the day before. He started looking near the door, seeing if he dropped them. He even went outside to check in his car to see if he accidentally locked them in his car before finally remembering he left them in his bedroom. So panicking, he runs back into his bedroom. He grabs his car keys, he grabs his luggage, and he gets to the car. He's got that printed information out, so he doesn't need his phone. He's lucky he did that, right? Because he didn't want to rely on his phone in case something went wrong with the GPS. So he's got his printed out directions on the fastest route to get to the airport, and he jumps in his car and he goes. The airport's like 20 minutes away, and he's got like 30 minutes, so he should have plenty of time to get there just in time, right? Just in time, chat. It'll be close. But on the way there, there's some accidents on the road, and he hits every single red light, like without fail, to the point where he's even considered running a red light, chat, running a red light to make sure he doesn't miss his flight. But he knows better. He knows that the one red light he'll run will be the one where a cop is right behind him and pulls him over. And if he gets pulled over, that's it. He's missed the flight for sure. Just the 5 extra minutes to have to wait for the cop to get to the car would miss the flight, right? So he follows all the laws. He's a good citizen, and he just drives as quickly, legally as he can to get to that airport. Now, as he's arriving to the airport, he's got minutes to spare, literal minutes, and he's praying to himself. Flights are delayed all the time, for hours sometimes. All he needs this flight to do is not leave perfectly on time, and he's made it. He's good. So he rushes inside, gets his ticket, and as soon as he goes to check in, he realizes when the person behind the desk tells him that the plane left 5 minutes ago. The plane not only left on time, but it left early. He was broken. He was a broken man. He just surrendered. At that moment, he felt the weight of the world crushing him from every angle. Every single thing he did to try to prevent something like this happening. Everything he tried, and it did nothing. If anything, some of it hindered him. Surely at this point, he was convinced that fate was real and he was cursed. He was just destined to have the worst life of any person. And he didn't know what to do. He didn't want to leave the airport. He just crawled back to his car, defeated. And he drove home, depressed. At this point in time, this is the type of man that would have crawled into bed and never cared to have gotten out again. He was just destroyed. He was convinced at this point that the world was out to get him, and there was no saving it. There was just, that's it. He was cursed. Every optimistic thing he ever thought ever was just him, having false hope that the world wasn't as awful as it was. And I mean, everyone in chat would agree that effectively, that's pretty cursed, right? Think about it. Every single thing that happened to him had to happen for him to miss that flight. If he would have remembered where he put his keys, he would have caught the flight. If the power didn't go off, he would have caught that flight. If he would have missed a single red light, or there wasn't an accident on the road, or he would have taken a different route, he would have caught that flight, right? Well, this unfortunate fellow was blessed with one thing. One very, very simple thing. When he got home, he turned on the TV, slouched into his couch. And he just sat there for hours watching television, not changing the channel. And he got blessed with the ability to see that he had actually been blessed that day and not cursed. Because chat, I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember, but you want to know what day his flight was supposed to be on? It was September 11th. The plane he was supposed to board was on the news, crashing, and every single person died. Every person that thought they were lucky to catch that plane that morning was no longer alive. And think about it. Now you think about it. All those things that seem to be a curse. The fact that he just missed all the lights, the fact that his alarm didn't work, the fact that he forgot where he put his keys, all of those things that he cursed himself for were literally, the stars had to align to keep this man alive. And they did. And he survived. So chat, like, even though everything seems like it might be beating you down to the ground, sometimes that's just the best of a really bad situation. In this instance, this man got to see the fact that he survived something he had no business surviving. No, this is a story to help people that are down. Sorry if you're jumping in a little late. It probably misses a bit of it. But basically, chat, this guy got the chance. This guy got the chance. Oh, hey, Oob. Also, Oob's with us today. Whoop, Oob. But basically, this guy got the chance to see the two paths effectively, right? Because most of us will never get to see, quote unquote, the news broadcast saying, by the way, you actually got the best of the two options there. You know what I mean? Most of us just go on living for the rest of our lives saying, damn it, I wish I would have done that other thing. It's all right, Goenbo, no worries. But yeah, that's it. Oob was here. He had to step away. Like, I was going to introduce him in the beginning, and I forgot because we got all moody and vibey with everything going on. And I guess Oob was here listening to the story and didn't want to interrupt. But yeah.
Yeah, I caught part of that. Who was this guy you were talking about?
It was a fictional guy. It was a story. Effectively, I had a lot of friends. Ooh, I forgot gravel. I need to go back to base. I basically had a couple friends that were, you know, incredibly depressed at one point, like suicidal to the point where they just felt like the world was against them and there nothing they can do in their life would ever, you know, fix it. And effectively, I told this story to kind of make it like, you know, to kind of let them see a realization that, like, yeah, see, look, that guy's life sucks. He should just have killed himself. And it's like, actually, no, that guy was the luckiest motherfucker in the world. And he was just lucky enough to realize it before he did anything dumb, you know? But yeah, it's a story because a lot of people that are depressed, they'll listen to that story and they'll relate with the guy. They won't think about the fact that anything that happened was good. They'll just be like, yep, that sounds like my life. Everything sucks, forever sucks. Nothing's gonna ever get better. Everything that happens is awful. And then when you get to the end and they realize that actually no, the stars literally aligned. Fate literally conspired to make sure that that man survived. He arguably was the luckiest person that day. Because everyone that just thought they were having their best life and, you know, super lucky and they caught their flight and they did everything right, they're all dead. So it's like, that's the thing, chat. We never really get to know if the things we are doing are the better of the two outcomes. Like the joke that I made where like every trope of time travel, anything is like, we need to go back in time and kill Hitler, right? Because Hitler's a super bad guy and no, chat, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy.
What about Super Hitler?
Yeah, I know. But no, like chat, I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy. He was an awful person, right? But the thing is, let's say you killed him. Let's say you traveled back in time and murdered baby Hitler, right? You think you've done a great thing for the world. You stopped the Holocaust. You stopped World War II. And yeah, maybe you did. But what happens if World War II was a necessary evil to keep Russia from like overtaking the world with a nuclear holocaust? Where it's like, oh, instead of America getting the bombs, instead of America getting the nuclear bomb, because Germany, like the German scientist, I think, was originally the person that invented the bomb, and they basically defected from Germany and came to America and gave us the technology. So let's say they stayed in Germany. And Russia just started taking over the world instead. And then Russia got access to the nuke and was like, screw it, we're just gonna blow everything up, not realizing the damage it does and like the nuclear fallout. So they literally nuke the world and now it's basically Fallout, like the video game. The world is destroyed. So like you jump back in your time machine and jump back to the future where you're thinking like everything's gonna be better because World War II never happened and realize that you've ended the world. Like humanity is on the verge of extinction. Everything that's left is just mutants and diseased, cancer-ridden things. All the food and grass and like soil of the world is diseased. Like you thought you did something great, and then in the end, you ended up making it worse. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of paradox.
Let's not be disparaging to our mutant community.
Mutants are people too. No, but like all jokes aside, like that's the common trope is like everyone wants to go back and from our perceived history think that they're doing something amazing, and they might be. Who knows? But they also might be making it far worse without realizing it. So let's see. Wally, exactly. You might come back to the current time, like, you know, You know, like right now it's what, like 2021, so you go back to World War II times, kill Hitler, and come back, and suddenly the planet is just deserted and trashed. You know what I mean? And you're like, what the hell happened? And you somehow do research and find out that you, effectively, because World War II never happened, you ended the world. WALL-E is global warming. Yeah, WALL-E is like the epitome of lazy humans being lazy. Let's see. So effectively, chat, the color gradient I'm going for here, I believe should be, let's see. Oh, that's the same block. Like this, right? And effectively, the closer we go to the inside of the crater, the darker the color will be. And as we go out, it'll blend to the lighter color. And yeah, we're just going to kind of cover all the stuff that's here with it. I haven't decided if I want it. Like, I want to almost dig up the dirt here and replace it with the sand, but that's a lot of work. I might just put the gravel on top of it, or the gravel and the sand on top of it, like the concrete powder, and just have it kind of blend in, and that'll be what helps blend this to make it look more of a circle, while still keeping these chunk borders so that we know which ones are the sleepy chunks, lazy chunks, and active spawn chunks. But yeah. Thing is, if humans were extinct, would aliens come to Earth? I don't know. Honestly, there's a lot of questions about like aliens and stuff in the real world, right? Like, if aliens exist, which they probably do, like probabilities dictate that somewhere in this massive universe something else had to have existed like us, right? Maybe not perfectly like us, but life has to exist somewhere, right? I think to some degree aliens just statistically have to be real, right? But here's the twist, chat. Are we the most advanced aliens out there? Because even though there might be life on other planets, maybe it's just bacteria or fungi, or, you know, like, maybe life hasn't evolved to be sentient yet. Maybe we're the furthest developed life form. I don't know. At the same time, there could be a life form out there that, you know, is the super omnipotent alien that has spaceships and light speed travel and all that fun stuff. Well, we won't know. We'll never know until we get discovered or found or things like that. But
the interesting thing is also, because of those probabilities, like how spread out we are, and how like, yeah, like how, like, they're probably, if there are, they're probably wondering the same thing.
Yeah.
Even if they've been scouring the entire galaxy for life, just this galaxy, the odds of them stumbling upon us are minuscule, and all of the signals that we have sent out haven't even left our local star group yet. So it's like, it's insane, the unlikelihood of stumbling upon an alien race. At least knowing what we know, I'm sure there's something. There could be some kind of faster than light information travel that we are not aware of. Maybe they have some way of scanning entire, you know, star groups for any signs of intelligent life. You know, there's no telling, because the thing is we only know what we have to work with. We've got a lot of theories on how advanced civilizations could work. Like, you know, the I think it's called the Kardashev scale, where you have the different tiers of civilization, and it's like tier one has completely utilized like all the energy production capabilities of their planet. Tier 2 has completely utilized the energy capabilities of their local star system, and Tier 3 is galactic scale at that point. And which is really insane, because it's like you could get to a point where you have an advanced civilization, enough civilization that they have surrounded the entire supermassive black hole at the center of their galaxy with an energy collecting device. And they've actually come up with the actual specs. It's technically possible, where you basically create a giant mirrored sphere around a black hole, so that light that is traveling around, like close to the event horizon, is essentially accelerated and bounced off the ends, all of the sides of the inside of the sphere until it hits collection points where it's technically gained energy because of the black hole.
Law.
And
Because it's basically getting velocity added from being sucked into it.
well, not so much velocity, because the speed of light is always constant no matter what. But it can gain more energy, and that's basically one of the methods that they theorized that a tier 3 civilization could exist. Now,
didn't they also have like a thing that you could build like a Dyson sphere around the sun?
Yeah,
and just perpetually harness the sun.
Tier 2 civilization.
Lol.
Yeah, tier 2 civilizations would usually involve Dyson spheres or Dyson grids, because the amount of energy that we can currently get from our local star versus how much could be attained from it is insignificant. There's an insane, because not just solar energy like solar panels and stuff, but there's all kinds of cosmic rays and shit that come from a star that we haven't even figured out how to harvest yet. But to put things in perspective, we're not even a tier. We're actually a few hundred years away from even being a tier 1 civilization.
Lol.
But here's the thing to keep in mind. I believe it's like in another million years we would be at like a tier 2 civilization. Now, here's something to keep in mind. For the vast majority of Earth's entire developmental history, life.
All the potatoes. I don't know. All the potatoes are. Chat is just full of potatoes. What is happening?
But the vast majority of life on the planet for most of its history was single-celled organisms. So a million years is a very short period of time on an evolutionary scale. If we had just 1 million years head start, we would be driving the sun around the galaxy.
Lol.
Right now.
But honestly, that's because like development is exponential, right? So
Yes.
like as we develop technology, technology invents technology that helps us improve technology. So like it just gets to the point where like we're just making things that make things for us, and then eventually it's like, oh well, now we just need to power these things. So now we make a thing that makes a power source for these. You know what I mean? Like, and the next thing you know, we just like go from 1 to 2 to 3 in like the shorter span of our existence towards the end, or towards the end.
The funny thing is that's why I always
can we
say
listen
that
to A Boss Approaches? What's it from? A Boss Approaches. That sounds like it could be from any video game in forever. From Super Mario 3D World? We could try to find it. Let me see real quick. A Boss Approaches? World Bowser, The Boss Approaches? I don't know. I'm hesitant because I'm nervous because I don't know about the DMCA on stuff. I know for the most part video game music is safe, but at the same time, like, not technically. Because here's the thing, right? The thing about DMCA is that DMCA isn't a thing that something could be free of. Specifically, like, okay, like, yeah, but how did you, like, I know, I trust you, Ash, but at the same time, I like to be the one, you know, how about this? I'll meet you halfway. I'll look into it after stream, and then I'll add it to the playlist. And you know, I'll check its vibes and all that and make sure it's good. For the most part, chat, I know that video game music is pretty safe. If I get striked, you'll take the blame. Okay, yeah, that sounds like Tubbo telling Philza that he'll give him his channel if he gets him banned. So kind of doesn't help. That kind of doesn't help. You could take your VIP. Like, all right, here's the thing about DMCA and copyright, right, chat? Because like, if everything is copyrighted, like literally everything that exists is copyrighted. All right, like someone made it, someone owns it. Period. So the fact that, like, for example, Nintendo makes a Bowser song, let's say, it's copyrighted Nintendo. Nintendo just might be cool about it and be like, yeah, but I don't care if you play my music as long as you're not, like, selling it. You know what I mean? So the DMCA is more or less someone invoking their right to copyright, right? So, like, let's say Nintendo suddenly decides, I never expressly gave you permission to play that song, so now I'm going to strike you for DMCA. So it's like something could be DMCA free and then not be DMCA. You know what I mean? So like, unless I like, for example, the Mystery Skulls music that I play on stream. I think I actually had this conversation. Hey Ducks, welcome back. I think I had this conversation on stream a couple streams ago. Like the Mystery Skulls music that I play on stream, I specifically, like, and I'm not even kidding you, I legitimately did this. I'm not even being sarcastic. No cap here. I legitimately screenshotted the tweet where, like, the creator of the song said, it's okay for you to play this on streams, like, literally. Because if anything ever happens in the future where, like, the record label changes their mind or so-and-so says this, I could be like, yeah, but I had permission to play it. You might rescind that permission, and now from this point on, I'm not allowed to play it. But at the time, I had permission. So you can't, like, retroactively come after me, right? And that might not hold up 100%, but it might be enough that I don't actually get, like, my channel taken down, sort of thing. You know what I mean, chat? And that's kind of, I'm very, very hesitant, because, like, the problem is, like, let's say, this is the thing that I'm mostly afraid of, chat. It's not even just getting one strike, because one strike, who cares? You can survive with a strike, right? The problem is, let's say I put the Bowser music in my stream playlist, and, like, once a stream, it pops up. And then let's say 5 years down the line, Nintendo starts enforcing a DMCA on that song. I will immediately get thousands of copyright, or not thousands, hundreds of copyright strikes for every single VOD I have on my channel that had that song in it. All at once. And immediately. Like, it'll go from me being perfectly fine to immediately banned and account deleted overnight. Like, that sort of thing. So it's like, I kind of don't want to risk it. Unless I know for a fact that, like, the creator has basically given express permission to use the content, I don't really want to just use the content randomly. But I will look into it for you, Ash. I will take a look-see into it after stream. And if it sounds pog and it all looks good, then I will do it. Like, honestly, chat, I'm not gonna lie. Like, my like follow notification? My follow notification is like a video game sound. And it's just like, you know, a couple second clip from a video game. But at the same time, the person that owns that clip might be like, I technically created that, it's mine, DMCA. And I'd be like, bruh. Because, like, the problem with, like, clipping little tiny things is the fact that it's like for example, like, listen real close, chat. Oh, that was probably a bad block to do it on. I don't have any other blocks, but, like, technically when I placed this block sound, I made a sound, right? Imagine if every person that played Minecraft would get DMCA'd for literally every sound they made. Because technically someone created that sound and owns it, you know what I mean? We should do a music stream sometime that's exclusive. Yeah, I totally don't mind playing whatever music. Like, we have that bot that people could basically control the bot on the Discord. So, like, when I do the Golden Potato Fam streams, then y'all could play whatever music you want. I'm completely fine with that. But whatever it's going to be on Twitch, where it's being recorded and saved, I'm just going to be cautious. I'm just going to be cautious for the sake of being cautious. Let's see. I really wish we can get to the sea, like to the skies, and see this from above. But until that freaking wandering trader decides to stop being a butt, oop, I saw cacti grow. Then we're just gonna have to get a high view here. But effectively, I'm probably gonna take that gradient there and like dilute it a bit more, and then we're also gonna have it broken up with stuff like basalt and blackstone and magma and stuff like that. But effectively, that'll be the gradient that goes out, where the middle is burnt and the outside is kind of just ash that remained from everything burning. With that said, though, chat, let's go throw the rest of the stuff in these boxes. Boop, 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 bop. It's a me. It's a me, Ash. And I actually want to go to the Nether and start collecting some more blackstone, because we're gonna need a ton of it anyway. And I like blackstone. And I think in general, I would like to start decorating more of the world. Like, I might take a little bit of a break from building the crater, and we'll come back to it because I want to finish it. But I want to finish some stuff that we've left unfinished before too. Like, for example, our base. You're a big part of the world. Yep, you're going to be a huge part of it. You are crater. Ash is in the crater. He is part of the crater. Like, perfect example, chat. If I can get up this elevator, is this room. We built this room and we never finished it. Like, we've put our fish tank in where all our fish hang out in this corner, but I really want to finish it. And then on top of it, we still need to make the upper floors. Like, we're going to put the observation deck up there that's going to look out into the crater and see it in all of its glory. In fact, while I'm here, let's crank our chunks up. There we go. To see everything as it loads in. So effectively, we're like halfway through that side, and we're halfway through that side. So we pretty much just have the other half of the circle to finish. And then the crater's scaffolding, so to speak, is completely built. It's built and finished. And then from our observation deck, which will be probably like another, like above this floor will probably be the library. And then above that floor, we'll probably put the observation deck. And we'll have golems in it and a couple villagers to make it look like they're doing research or what have you. Like, we'll have it all perfectly themed and everything. But from up there, we should be able to see. We do it all. We should be able to see a nice view of the crater. And I just realized now that our observation view from here is going to suck because we're looking at it from the wrong angle. I should have built it over there to see it, because we would see it a lot better from there. But I'm not too concerned. Not too terribly concerned. You think you should tell your teachers to call you Ash? Here's the thing. Your teachers have no obligation to call you whatever you tell them to. And I mean, it kind of sucks, but like legally, as long as they just call you your, you know, the name that your parent wrote down on the piece of paper, so to speak, then they can't get in trouble. But like, let's say I told my teacher, I want to be called Doodoo Head. Please call me Doodoo Head or I'll be offended. If they call me my real name, they can't get in trouble. But if they call me Doodoo Head and I tell my mom, my teacher calls me Doodoo Head, then they can get in trouble. You know what I mean? So like, even though a teacher might be cool for calling you the name you asked them to call you, they might also leave themselves open to getting in trouble. So I can understand why a teacher wouldn't want to do that. Let's turn these back down before I forget. Go. Yeah, like I said, I had a nickname that my parents pretty much gave me from the day I was born, and I never really got called my real name, just like my initials. That was my name my whole life. So I'd always told my teachers, my name's this, but everyone calls me this. And 9 out of 10 teachers would call me that. I only had a rare few teacher that was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. You're gonna be your full first name. And whenever I got my full first name like called out to me, I always felt like I was getting in trouble. Because like, I swear to God, even when I got yelled at by my parents, my full name never came out, so to speak. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But yeah, no, you could totally ask. You could say, all my friends call me Ash. And if they're like, that's cool, I'll call you Ash. Then cool. But if they say, I'm going to call you, insert your real name here, then realistically, I'd say don't be salty at them for it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not their fault. They're basically, it's kind of like me and the DMCA thing, right, chat? I'm playing it safe. They're playing it safe. They don't want to get DMCA'd for saying the wrong name by your parents. Parental DMCA. They also changed names on the register. Yeah. Like I said, I know it's a very common thing where like it's a nickname, right? So like, you know, if your name was like Richard and you want to be called Dick, just for some reason, chat, I don't know, that's a nickname for Richard, right? Like, I can understand. I never understood. You know what I mean? But like, if your name's Robert and you want to be called Bob, like that's a rational thing, right? But like I said, if your real name's like, you know, if your real name's Jerry and you're like, please call me Rumpertford the Third, then they're gonna be like, yeah, nah. You know what I mean? Like, they're probably not gonna care. So even though I know that like the thing, like the nickname's a thing, they might just choose to be like, yeah, but no. Bob, Jess, Tommy, Dick. Yeah, I know. I never understood Dick as a nickname. Where was I going? Oh yeah, I was going down to the mines. Down to the mines. I think we've actually excavated a lot of blackstone out of here. Yeah, because you know, the problem is that, like, here's the thing, chat, and this is like, I don't know, is this still a saying? Because I said this all the time as a kid. This is why we can't have nice things. Yeah, that was like a saying that, it was basically like one bad apple spoils the bunch is probably like the more antiquated version of that saying, where effectively, like, let's say, chat, every teacher is just super cool, and whatever you say, like, my nickname is this, please call me this, and they're like, okay, I'll call you this. You know, like, they'll call you exactly what you call them. One guy out there is going to be like, my name's Poopy, or my name's Shitlord. You have to call me Shitlord, otherwise you're discriminating against me because I said that's what I want to be called. You know what I mean? Like, someone is going to take it too far, and then the school's going to have to make a rule where it's like, well, we can't discriminate against that kid because he wants to be called something profane, but at the same time, if we discriminate against him, then we gotta do it across the board. So then they just make a rule where no one's allowed to have a nickname. Whatever it is on your ID card, that's what your name is, period. And then it ruins it for everyone, right? Also, hey Keto, how's it going, mate? Glad you could join us.
Cheeto, what's up?
Mom says that all the time. I broke a controller once after. This is why we can't have nice things, yes. But no, but seriously, like, one bad apple spoils the bunch. So, like, for example, you might have Ash, in my opinion, is a completely reasonable name, right? Like, if I was your teacher and your name was Chad, and you're like, but my friends call me Ash, I wouldn't have a problem calling you Ash, right? But at the same time, if someone's like, oh, well, his name's, you know, Chad, and you call him Ash, well, my name's Jerry, I want you to call me, you know, I don't know, let's say like a bad word, but I'm not going to say the bad word. Like, let's say it's a bad word in another language, and I just don't know the language, right? All right. So at that point in time, if you said the bad word, you would be intentionally calling this person a slur without realizing it, and eventually someone's going to walk by the class that knows that word and be like, holy crap, what is that guy saying to that kid? And then next thing you know, he's fired. Teacher fired. I'm fired because I was trying to be nice to my student. You know what I mean? What about transgendered and non-binary kids? The thing about transgender and non-binary is that's still a very new thing to society, and there's no perfect answer for it right now. Eventually, chat, everyone's going to get used to everything with the whole transgender stuff, and society will have an answer where it'll be like, this is just the way you introduce yourself. This is how you find out your pronouns. This is how you respectfully talk to people. You know, like, eventually we'll find the way to do it, but right now we just don't know the correct way, because, like, let's face it, no matter what you do, you will find a way to offend someone that wants to be offended. And honestly, even once we fix it, once society levels out and we realize what the right and wrong and the correct way and or not the correct way, I want to say, like, the standard, once we just develop a standard, once we get to that point, then we can start sitting there and saying that person's being unrational, right? Because it's like let's say right now, let's say, I don't know, let's say you're in high school and you've just discovered that you're non-binary, that you're transgendered effectively, you know what I mean? And you're, let's say for this example, let's say you're born male, but you want to have a female name, right? At the point where you're like 16, 17, I know this really sucks. I know this really freaking sucks. And there's, like I said, society hasn't adapted yet. So we're dealing with society. We're dealing with society right now, chat. So everyone has to kind of endure it. But effectively, let's say my name is Bob and I'm a transgendered male and I want to be a female. So I'm in school and I tell my teacher, I know my name's Bob, but I want to be called, I don't know, Danica. You know, like a female name, an obviously female name. Let's say my parents aren't okay with that, right? So let's say my teacher calls my parents and says, Danika's not doing well in school, because they're trying to be like the teacher's trying to be a cool person, right? The teacher's trying to be Pog and sit there and respect the child and their decision to, you know, feel the way they feel. And then the parents get offended. That's like, why are you changing my child's name? Who gives you the right? You know what I mean? So it sucks that there are parents that are like that. But again, it's new. They have to find a way to like adapt. Society has to find a way to understand where the lines are and accept everything. And until then, now that teacher's going to get in trouble for effectively respecting the child's wishes, because the child, until they're 18 years old, is not their own person yet. And I hate saying that, but it's like legally that's the way it works. So it's like, so let's say, and this sucks, I hate this, but like, let's say the child, like, so Bob asks the teacher, please call me Danica. And the teacher's like, I would love to, but I cannot, Bob, I'm sorry. Now that child hates that teacher, right? Because it sucks. And that child feels invalidated, which sucks. But the teacher can't be fired for calling the kid Bob. So the teacher's kind of just doing what he has to do to survive. Because you got to think about it, chat. Like, I know it sucks that's a situation that society puts us in right now, right? But like, that teacher still has to go home and pay for his bills and feed his family. You know what I mean? Like that teacher probably has 2 kids at home and a wife and a house, and without their income, you know, their shitty teacher income, like, you know, they can't put food on the table. So it's not so much that they're trying to be a dick to this theoretical transgender child. It's just that right now society hasn't given them a safe margin to be able to do their job and not get fired while also respecting the child. So like I said, I think honestly, give it like 10 years, honestly, that's probably more than enough time. Give it 10 years, chat, and society will have adapted to the point where it's like for example, like, you know how some people get like I'm not talking about normal people, I'm talking about like the specific people that no matter what you say to them, they get pissed off, right? Like, I'm not trying to offend anyone out there right now, but like, let's say, like, the perfect example, it's like, let's say I walked up to you, Ash, and I said, hey, your hair looks nice today, I love what you did with it. The normal response to anyone there would be like, oh, wow, thank you. Like, you know, you complimented my hair. Someone out there, chat, somebody out there will take that as, oh, so you're saying my hair doesn't look nice every other day? You know what I mean? Like, someone will find a way to be offended to that, right? That's given. So like, you know, when you have the person where you're like, hi, I'd like to ask you your pronouns and whatever, you're going to offend someone no matter what you do. Because you're either going to find like a you know, like a cisgendered person that's like, why are you asking my pronouns? I'm obviously a guy. Are you saying I look like a woman? You know, and at the same time, if you just assume that they're a guy and call them a guy, then you're going to get the person that turns around and like, actually, it's she. How dare you? Like I said, we're screwed no matter what we do right now, chat, because there's no standard. Society just hasn't evolved to the point to accept and acknowledge and do what needs to be done to get around this dilemma, right? But give it like I said, give it like 5-10 years, and at this point in time, it'll be a standard where when you meet someone new saying, hey, how's it going? I'm so and so, these are my pronouns, and then the other person just knows to respond, hi, I'm so and so, these are my pronouns, and then no one has to be offended because that's just what's accepted. It's just the same way, like, you know, making eye contact and saying hi to someone, no one really gets upset with you because society knows that that's how you greet someone. You know what I mean? When we get to that point, chat, then we won't have to worry about all this stepping on toes and technicalities, and things will just be better. That's what I said. That's why I call everyone guys or dude or you know, bro or whatever. Like, I don't mean it as like you're all men. I mean it as we are all just people. It's like a gender neutral term.
Because
you can't email your teachers. Honestly, that's probably for the best. Teachers would get harassed if students could email them. They don't email me, Google Classroom does, so you get their yeah. Honestly, that's smart though. That was like, imagine DoorDashers having to give out their actual phone numbers when they text you. You would just harass someone. Ooh, we got a hydrate check. Aki, thank you for that hydrate check. Oh my god, I was talking for so long. Yeah, my actual mouth is dry. Eat your water, it's good for you.
did you hear the comment I made?
I'm dying, 1 sec.
Don't die, please.
Don't inhale your water. Eat your water. Excuse me. Oh my god.
Lungs are not a good receptacle for liquids.
Well, it's part of my body, so I figured I would just slowly absorb the liquid via osmosis over time and stay hydrated longer. But chat, I was wrong. Do not inhale water. It's bad for you. Oh, but thank you for the hydrate. Hey, chefs.
If that were the case, we could just keep absorbing
I know, just forever. Just keep.
from our bladder. But there are parts of our bodies that are not.
Yeah, no, you're not supposed to. Your lungs are only good for absorbing oxygen into your blood, not for absorbing liquid into your into your body.
Did you see Did you hear the comment I said about?
Your mic cut out. Did I hear the comment you said about? And then comment cut off.
Saying dude and bro.
No. What'd you say?
I said dude is a really good one because at the end of the day, I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude.
We're all dudes. Yeah, but that's what I mean, chat. Like the thing is, like, you got to keep in mind.
I gotta go for just a little bit because I have to open the gallery.
Gotcha.
Be back in a few.
That's fine. We'll be here. Like, that's the thing we got to keep in mind, chat. Everyone is trying to figure out how to make everything work in this crazy world. And don't get me wrong, there are people out there that don't want to make it work, right? Because, like, change is scary and new, and some people don't want change. But, like, change is natural. You know, change is life. Everything changes. We are not the same people we were when we were born. We are not the same society we were when we were formed. Change is going to happen. And it's going to happen regardless if people want it or not, right? But in the time where we're transitioning, like right now, we are in a point in time where we are transitioning from what society used to be into what society will be tomorrow, right? So in this time, we have to kind of like have a little bit of patience. And I know it's frustrating. I know it's super frustrating, right? Because like I said, in that situation, that hypothetical kid that wanted to be called Danica, like, they don't understand society and stuff like that yet. They're still a kid in school, right? All they think is they're being told that what they're doing is wrong and they're not allowed to do it. Like, it absolutely sucks. But that's why I think it's important to have people that can explain, you know, like having someone that can explain to that child that they're not invalid. The feelings they have are still their feelings. It's just right now society doesn't know how to handle those. You know what I mean? Like, that is still very important. And I think that we need to, while we're in this transitional period at this time, we need to find healthy ways to get that across. Not just to kids. That's the other thing, right? You're gonna keep asking till you get the answer? What did I miss? Did I miss something? What did I miss? What did I miss? You call Aki bro? I miss it. Ask it again, and I'm paying more attention this time. Sorry. The other thing I was saying, chat, is it's also not just important to have like a person that can explain that to the child, but also you got to keep in mind like the parents are also having to accept change, right? So like, for example, if you have a child and, you know, let's say you're an old person that, you know, isn't used to this whole new thing that society's going through. You asked 3 times of 4. I missed it. I'm sorry, Ash. I missed it. I got involved in my story and then I stopped paying attention to the world around me. Hi, Dad. Hi, Hacky. How's it going? It's also important to have education and a way to talk to parents. Oh, you were asking Aki how... Okay, so I didn't miss anything. See, chat, I think I'm sitting there thinking that you're all scolding me for not paying attention. Like, so for example, let's say you're an old person, you know, and you're not used to all this new stuff, and you have a kid, and your kid turns 18, and suddenly they tell you that they're a different gender than what they, you know, what they were. Or they feel like they're a different person, or they want to be a different name. As a parent that has no idea what's going on, you might be like, what's happening? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. And they might not even be like, you're not allowed to be that. They might just legitimately not know how to address their child now, right? And like, we should have resources for that. Remember when Derp was calling you daddy? No, was Derp ever calling me daddy? I think it was Munch that was calling me daddy. And I actually banned the word daddy from chat, so I don't know how you managed to say it, Ash. Oh, you know what, actually, I think since you're VIP, you could say words that are banned. That's why. It's the VIP privilege. Derp is poggers. Derp still comes around every so often. Thought it was Derp. I thought it was Munch. You guys are don't make me revoke your VIP status. I will turn this car around, chat, and I will revoke that VIP status. Daddy Dream, no. Oh god. Don't make me get the bonk stick, chat. I will start bonking chat. Keto is here. Keto can bonk. Ash, you remember the last time you got in a tangle with Keto? He bonked you. I know Keto will bonk you. Have you played Who's Your Daddy? It sounds so familiar. Don't bonk me, please. The beg. Ah, why does that sound so familiar? I feel like I know that game. I don't remember what it was though. I'm immediately, all right, you said Who's Your Daddy, and immediately my brain went to Don't Wake Daddy, like the old board game from like the friggin' 90s. It's like, if chat doesn't remember that game or have never seen it, it's basically this game where you have an alarm clock, where you, every turn, like you move across the board and you push the alarm clock X amount of times, and if you push it randomly, one time you push it, it'll like make the character in the middle like jump up and jump scare everyone. That's basically what a lot of games were back then, jump scare games. There's a dad and you have to try to kill yourself, and the person playing as the dad has to stop you. Oh wait, yes, I know this game. Oh yes, was it a dad? Yes, it was the dad. Yes, I remember the game. There was also like Granny Simulator that reminded me a lot like it, where it's like you're the grandma going around just trying to be a grandma, and your infantile child is running around trying to kill you. And if the grandma gets to do all her chores and live, then the grandma wins. And if the child kills the grandmother before they finish, then the child wins. I totally want to have a stream one day where we just play random games like that. I would love to do that. Absolutely love to. I also still totally intend sometime, chat, to do like an Oregon Trail stream or a Zumbini stream, or like maybe just like have a nostalgic stream night sort of thing. You know what I mean? Just like have an excuse to play really old fun games. And the fun thing about the Zumbinis game, like thinking back about how the game works, is like there's no time limits on stuff, so I'm not rushed. So it could kind of be like an episode of like Dora the Explorer, where I'm like, chat, what do you think the answer is? And then have like a long pause where I'm waiting for chat to answer and be like, this one? We kind of like, we can joke about it. But at the same time, like all the individual Zumbinis you make, you can name, right? Like they could all have their own names. So we can name every single character in the game, which there's like 600 total combinations or some crap like that. Like there's a lot, like there's hundreds of them. We can literally have every single one named after a person in chat, like just period. You show up to chat, you get a Zumbini named after you, they get to go through the adventure and maybe survive. And nothing, it's a kid's game, so I mean like no one dies, they just get sent back. What the heck? What is that? Graphical glitch. I could see through the ceiling. That's spoopy. By the way, Don't Wake Daddy sounds like a game you used to play where you push. Yes. Oh, the crocodile. Yes, that was the exact. All right, chat, I don't know what it was about old like 80s 90s games, whatever, but like that was totally a thing. Like jump scare games were just the thing, right? Yes, so I remember exactly the game you're talking about with the crocodile teeth. In fact, they remade that game. Like they made a newer version of that game, right? Because like the original version of that game came out back like when Hungry Hippos and, you know, stuff like that was new. But yeah, it's like one of those, you push a tooth down to like signify you removing it, like you're a crocodile dentist, and randomly one of the teeth will make the crocodile's mouth slam shut. And like the slamming of the shut, like it doesn't hurt or anything because it's like a toy, but it scares the crap out of you, right? The same exact thing, like Don't Wake Daddy and the crocodile dentist one, which I forgot the name of. Same exact concept, just meant to randomly scare the crap out of you. Hungry Hippos I played way too much of as a kid. I feel like every kid, all right, I feel like if you were a kid in the 80s/90s, these are two games you always had that you always stopped playing because you ran out of the pieces. All right, the first game is Hungry Hippos. You lose all the balls. They just go everywhere, and then you have one ball left, and you can't play anymore. And the other one was Crossfire. Does anyone remember Crossfire? You'll get caught in the crossfire. Don't get caught in the crossfire. Crossfire. like the commercials were way too friggin' amped. Way too amped for what this game was. But like you would sit there, you'd have like two people on either side, like a Rock'em Sock'em's robot sort of setup, and you like just fire these little metal balls or plastic balls at each other. And you would always just, the balls would just go flying everywhere and you would lose all of them eventually. That's it. That's it. You would just lose the balls and eventually you wouldn't be able to play the game because you just ran out of balls. It was like one of those things where it's like, we make a cool game. We don't think about the longevity of children playing with small objects. You know what honestly surprised me? No more balls. Yeah, no more balls. You know what honestly surprised me, chat? That was a thing that honestly still is a thing today? Legos. I don't know how we didn't lose all of our Legos as kids. Maybe it's because it came with a neat little bucket to put them all in, because I had that big blue bucket when I was a kid. That was like my favorite toy in the world, Legos. Having that big blue bucket that I could just put all my Legos in, like, allowed me to, like, I'm sure I lost a Lego here and there, right? And then there's always the fabled stepping on Legos being the most painful thing in the world, right? You would always leave a Lego somewhere that someone would step on it and hate you forever for it. But like, seriously, like, I cherished every single Lego I had, and I'd like to think that I never lost any, but I'm sure I did. You just kept them assembled so they wouldn't get lost. Yeah, if you had like the kits where you buy them and like, you put a thing together, but I always liked more than the kits. I liked having the Legos that were just random buckets of Legos, because then you could just build whatever you want with them, and when you're done, destroy it, which is arguably just as fun as creating it, and then build something else. But then some tiny child came to your house and ruined your builds. Yeah, if you had siblings, that was always the case. Like, I had a younger sister, and I effectively, it's one of those things where when I was young enough to be playing with Legos like that, I would play with them, and then my sister would like pick them up and just destroy whatever I was building. And she was like, 4 at the time or whatever, so it was like, whatever. It's not like she did it on purpose. But like, then I'd like, Mom, Trina's breaking all my Legos, and then it's like, well, play nice and let her play with the Legos. And it's like, yeah, but when she plays with them, she breaks them. It's like, and my parents are like, they're toys. You're supposed to, you're playing with them. That's what happens, right? You break them and you put them together. That's the point. Like, my parents didn't understand the fact that I'm like, I'm building a thing and she's breaking them, because if I told her not to touch my Legos, then she'd cry, and my parents would be like, don't make your sister cry. Let her play with your Legos. You know what I mean? As the older brother, chat, I was always wrong no matter what I did. Period. Just always wrong. There's nothing, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what I did, what I said, I was just always the wrong one. I feel like that's, honestly, I feel like that's any older brother, younger sister thing though. Like, no matter what you do, it's always just the older brother is always wrong because the parent doesn't want to deal with the crying younger sibling. Period. End of story. I don't know how to do that. But yeah. Oh man. Trying to think back. There were so many old board games and stuff that I played. Because, like, you think about it, right, chat? Like, when I was a super young kid, like, video game consoles didn't exist, right? Well, I mean, they did, but they weren't like what we had today. You didn't just have a Game Boy you could walk around with. You had Pong, and, you had the Atari, and it's like, those were honestly fairly expensive buys. And if your parents weren't rich, they probably didn't have one. Oh, that's lava. No, stop. Stop, stop, stop. Ooh, okay. That was a spastic action, but I think I got it under control. Mostly under control. Let's see if I can't get that. Yeah. Place the blocks. All right, I think I'm just gonna abandon that corner. Not gonna go for it. I don't want to deal with lava in the Nether. And we're just gonna dig this out here and go down. There we go. Let's see. What do you mean? What do you mean what? You have vinyl and hologram Millennium Falcon. When you shine a light on the top, it's dark. Oh, cool. Honestly, a lot of the vinyl stuff became worth a lot of money. Like the vinyl Star Wars like figurines and stuff like that. Like, oh my god, what they sell for right now, like the OG ones. I never collected, okay, like chat, when I was younger, I never collected stuff that actually was worth anything. I always collected the stupidest stuff. Like when Beanie Babies were popular, I did Beanie Babies. I collected Beanie Babies. That's how lame I was, chat. In fact, I still have my Beanie Baby collection. Just like I still have, like, I pretty much still own all the stuff I collected when I was a kid. Like, I still have my Pokemon cards. I still have my Beanie Babies. That's lava. Go away. I don't want to see you here no more. No, I'm not allowed to. Can I block this block? No. Okay, well that just goes there. 33 of Beanie. No, legitimately. Like, okay, so when I was young, at first they weren't collectible, right? They were just a toy. That's it. They were just a toy, a normal, average, everyday toy, right? And did I tell this story on stream? I don't think I told this story on stream. I don't remember. So effectively, forever ago, like when Beanie Babies were first invented, sort of thing, right? My grandma in New York City got my sister a little Beanie Baby just as a toy, because my sister was young and she had dolls, and you know, it was a cute puppy and whatever, and they're like, oh, this is a cute gift and a souvenir that she can have. So my grandma, just as a gift, got this little toy for my sister. And then, you know, praying for luck. What are we praying for luck for? And then, like, you know, fast forward, like, you know, 5, 10, 6 years, whatever it was, and Beanie Babies are a hot topic. They're collectible. Everyone wants every Beanie Baby forever, right? And then at that point in time is when I started collecting them. And I don't honestly know why I started collecting them. Like, I feel like my brain told me they're popular and they're worth money, so I should collect them because then I'll be rich when I grew up, because I was a dumb kid. It's just what I thought when I was dumb and young. So I collected Beanie Babies against my better judgment in hindsight. And I especially collected like all the little McDonald's ones, like the ones you got with the kids meal. So I have like every single Beanie Baby you got from McDonald's, all the like the little mini ones. And then I have all the other ones, and some of them are in like containers and stuff to keep them safe and dust free and blah, blah, blah. So now I'm a Beanie Baby collector, right? Not now, not currently, but you know, at that time, I'm now a Beanie Baby collector. So I got this is one of the things that I definitely enjoyed doing. I did it with my father, because my father was just interested in like all the statistics and stuff about it, which is probably where I get my love for all the stats for stuff. So like back before the internet was really a big thing, you had to like buy books to tell you what stuff was worth, right? So we had like the Beanie Baby Almanac. What are you, Ash is, oh my God, you want to waste points? My streams are the favorite part of the week. Aki, you want to hang out at school tomorrow? You got more points to spend? Ash is just flexing on everyone now. Also, thank you, Ash. So me and my dad are reading the Beanie Baby Almanac to see like what our Beanie Babies are worth and how much they've, you know, how much we paid for them versus how much they're worth now, how much money we made, etc. And we're all like excited about, oh, look at that, we made $5 whole, and you know, stuff like that, right? You're at 0 points? Oh, wow. You don't have that many points then. I think Dux has like almost 30K. Dux is rich in comparison to you, Ash. You've squandered your fortune. Oh my God, look, this is a lava lake above us. It's raining. And then randomly, for fun, chat, me and my dad decided, let's go see what the most expensive Beanie Baby is. Period, right? So we like flipped to the back of the book where it like lists like #1 most expensive Beanie Baby and top 10 and all that, right? Lex is a minor. Oh, 24K. Hey, that's still more than 0 by a lot. Reminding you not to spend your points, lol. So we went and checked, and for like $250,000, chat, I'm not kidding, a Beanie Baby that was worth $250,000, $250,000. And for anyone that like uses different currency, actually I think that's less than euros anyway, so anyone in the UK that uses euros probably like, I don't know what that, it's your cheap money. That's like enough to retire and live off of for the rest of your life. Like, you're not going to be rich or anything. Like, you're not going to have a mansion, but like, honestly, 250 grand, if I had that right now, I could retire on that money. I wouldn't have to work again a day in my life. I could live comfortably. You know what I mean? And then I noticed, chat, the one Beanie Baby that was the #1 that was worth the $250,000, it was a Dalmatian. It was a dog. It was a dog Beanie Baby. And the reason it was worth so much was because before Beanie Babies were popular, before they were collectible, it was like one of the first Beanie Babies ever made, like the first printing of them, so to speak. And I just realized at that point in time, when I was reading that book with my dad, that my sister had a doll that looked exactly like that. It was a little Dalmatian. And then I remember that my grandma bought her a Beanie Baby. So now we effectively were like, oh my God, we're rich. Holy crap. So me and my dad jump up and we run to find my sister. We run to find her. It was like, where's that doll you had? Like, kick her door down. It's like, boosh, we're here. Where's the Beanie Babies? Tell me where the Beanie Babies are. My sister's like, I don't know. It was like years ago. I don't know what I did with that thing. You know what I mean? So she was still young at the time, and effectively the way she cleaned her room was she just threw everything in the closet. Like, come on, every kid does that, right? Every kid does that. Just throws everything they own in their closet and hides it from existence. Because then it's not real, because you can't see it anymore. So we knew that it had to be in her closet, because we know she wouldn't have thrown it away. But it would have definitely just gotten swept up as she was, you know, cleaning, and then just dropped into her closet, right? So me and my dad literally spent that entire day excavating her closet, and we found it. No, we found it, chat. We found the Beanie Baby. We found it. And it was the Beanie Baby. It was the exact Beanie Baby. Now, you want to know why I'm not rich right now, chat? You want to know why I'm not rich? Well, because my sister just used it as a toy, she never thought of it as a collectible or anything like that. So she wasn't trying to preserve it in any way. So I know I told chat the way that my sister would like color the carpets and stuff like that. She used lipstick to color on it and put makeup on it. And she also ripped the tag off of it because when she cuddled with it at night, you know, the tag was uncomfortable. So she removed the tag. And honestly, having the tag removed and having it be covered in dust and filth from being at the bottom of her closet for years, and then also being stained with lipstick, the thing was basically trash. You could hardly tell what it was. The only reason, chat, the only reason we knew what that was because we saw what it looked like in the original condition. We could have had a quarter, like, don't get me wrong. And my sister was like, you know, like 4 or 5 or 6, or like, she was young at the time. It's not like we could blame her for playing with her toy, right? But like, oh my God, me and my dad were like, oh my God. Oh, we're holding what could have been $250,000 in our hand right now. Oh, why? I know. Yeah. Yep. And honestly, chat, that's the what? I forgot that's a thing. Stop. Okay. I know. But what are you gonna do, chat, right? You know? So, I mean, I don't blame her, obviously. I'm not upset. Like I said, I'm not upset or anything like that. It's a funny story. Like, as far as I'm concerned, it's a hilarious story. And even back then, we weren't upset with her or anything, right? But like, oh my God, chat. That was like the closest I ever had to holding $250,000 in my hand, right? And to think that, like, if for whatever reason she would have just gotten the toy and been like, this toy is boring, and just threw it in the closet, we could have cleaned it, right? It might not have been perfect, chat, but we could have cleaned it. And even if it wasn't worth the full amount, if it had the tag, it would probably still be worth $100,000+. With the tag removed, it's worth like $10. Like, it was worth crap. Like, once you remove the tag, it was pretty much worth garbage. Like, the tag being in pristine condition on it is like what made it a Beanie Baby, effectively, because it had, like, I don't know if Chad ever, like, if you guys ever had a Beanie Baby, but like the tag had the name of the Beanie Baby in it, and it had like the number, and it had like a little description, and, you know, like it had a little personality card. Like the tag had like the soul of the Beanie Baby, so to speak. And without it, it was just a bean stuffed doll at that point. So, but yeah. Honestly, there's a lot of things that have been like that in my life, where it's like I've been rich adjacent, but not actually, you know, never enough to actually become wealthy. So, but you know, as far as I'm concerned, as long as I can live and eat and have a roof over my head, I don't really care if I'm ever rich, as long as I'm not homeless. If I got rich, what would I do? I would probably spend my money. And I don't mean like spend all of it. Like I would save some of it, invest it, you know, do all that stuff. But I would definitely, like, if I ever won like the Mega Millions and had like millions upon millions of dollars, I wouldn't know what to do with it all. I would just give it away to people. Like, my family would just get $1 million apiece. My friends would just get a random $100,000. Like, some guy on the street, hi, you exist? Here, have $50,000, because why not? Can't take it with me, chat. I would spend it. I would probably invest it so that I could basically just live off the interest for a while, forever. But like, at the same time, like, all the excess money, I would just improve other people's lives with it. That's what I would do with it. Whether it be my friends, whether it be my family, some random strangers, stuff like that. But I don't play the lottery because honestly the odds of winning are, I think you got better odds at getting struck by lightning, which are already abysmal odds. So I mean, like, I don't have the excess money to spend on lottery, so to speak. So it's like, you know, I can't win it. Ooh, we dug back down into that. I can't win if I'm not in it, right, chat? Actually, speaking of that, funny story. Actually, it's a funny story I heard, right? So I heard this story on the news of this person that worked in like a diner or something, right? Like worked in the food industry, and they had a customer that constantly came in and tipped them with scratch-offs, which first of all, kind of a dick move, not gonna lie. Like, you're effectively giving them something that might be worth $1 or $2. So realistically, like, they're just buying dollar scratch-offs and thinking that they're being like, oh yeah, but it could be worth $100. One of these days, this tip could be worth a lot of money. You know what I mean? But like, realistically, they know they're not giving them a lot of money. They're just giving them a worthless piece of paper that they paid like $1 or $5 for. You know what I mean? They could have collected like $1. They could have collected a realistic tip from them every day they saw them and realistically gained more money than ever winning that once. But in this situation, that's not the case. Because this guy that came in constantly tipping with a scratch off gave this waitress a scratch card, and the waitress won like $200,000. Like, she basically hit the jackpot, right? So now she's like, holy crap, yeah, this is awesome, this is amazing. And she didn't tell the customer because she didn't want to make it awkward, and effectively other employees that worked with her told the customer, like the next time the customer came in, that tip that she got from him basically was the jackpot. And then this is the worst thing I think he could have done, is he basically demanded she share half of it with him. Like, he basically was like, yeah, so how are you going to give me my share? And it's like, it's a joke, I get it. And honestly, if I was the waitress and I won that much money from his tip, I probably would have given him some. But like, realistically, that was her tip and he's not entitled to any of it. So he basically got aggressive with like, yeah, no, you have to give me money or I'll sue you for it. She was basically like, no, fuck you. It's like, this is mine, go away. So the guy went to her boss, and apparently her boss sided with the guy. Like, the boss was like, yeah, no, you should totally give him half. So she quit, right? She totally quit. And then the friggin' guy basically threatened to sue her. I don't know what became of it. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think he could sue her. But like, the guy threatened to sue her over a tip. I don't know. That's some horse crap to me. Whew. All right, I'm not going that far. Let's go this far. That's what I say, chat. Look, if you're gonna be a dick and tip with a friggin' scratch off, that's the whole point, is you're basically not giving her a tip for years potentially. But one day, if she gets that tip, that's the payoff. That's the tip. Don't take it from her. I take half and do one. Honestly, that's the thing. Like, if he wanted the money, he should have just played the scratch off and then given her actual tip. If he's gonna friggin' give her a scratch off, then it's up to her. Like I said, if I was the waitress personally, that's just me being like, the guy gave me effectively a $200,000 tip. I would totally, as thanks, personally, myself, be like, here's money. But that's because that's my decision. If the guy came in demanding the money, though, I would definitely not give him tip, because, you know, check your entitlement, bro. But, like, if it was a regular that I constantly, you know, served and I was buddy-buddy with, I need to put a shulker down and empty myself out. I would totally share the money. Because, like I said, what am I going to do with all that money, right? I would totally give him like half the money, just out of you know, me wanting to be a nice person. But again, he's definitely not entitled to that money. Acting entitled is what's gonna make me say, yeah, no, screw off. Like, in spite, not gonna give you that money now. Hey, Goat and Boat, how's it going? Glad you could join us, mate. Hope you're having an absolutely poggers Tuesday, mate. You're being very happy recently because Aki is being really nice to me. Aw, we'll see. Aki and you are adorable. I know that you're not actually a couple, but you're a cute couple, not in a relationship couple, if you know what I mean. Like, you're a cute pair. That's what I should say, not couple. You're a cute pair. You two mesh well together. You're like peanut butter and jelly. Two peas in a pod, if you will. How many more euphemisms and such not can I squeeze into this explanation? Diggy, 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 Blackstone. There's a huge lava lake above us right here. Every single like one of these blocks is dripping. And honestly, Ash, I'm glad, because like you started off the stream being sad and lonely, and now you're being happy and not lonely. So as far as I'm concerned, your day is improving, right? Which is always a good thing. Improving people's lives, one viewer at a time. Father Fox Incorporate. I feel like a bad commercial ad. Improving lives. Nah, it's like I did anything, right? You and Aki hanging out is what did it. I'm just joking around. But you know, I'm gonna require you give me half of that happiness, Ash, since you know, since my tip is what gave you that happiness, so obviously I'm entitled to 50% of that happiness. You're gonna have to. I'll sue you if you don't give it to me. I'm joking. Father Fox brings people together. Oh, could you imagine that, chat? Oh, could you imagine if happiness was quantifiable as like a currency and someone started demanding happiness from people? You're too happy, sir. You're too happy. I'm gonna have to ask you to take it down a notch and give me some of that happiness. I need you to be a little bit more depressed than you currently are. Here you go. Just hand it over. It's like, okay, here you go. Here's your allotment of happiness for the day. Oh, no, I'm sad. Just immediately they go from like being all bubbly and cheery and happy to being like, oh, now my life sucks again. Just immediately. Just like a Stark, like, today is great. Oh my God, how are you? You're amazing. Everything's great. Oh wait, am I being too happy? Oh, I'm so sorry. Here you go. Have a bunch of my happiness. Oh, why am I even alive? Enjoy that. I'm gonna go home or something. Yeah, could you just imagine? You want some happiness? Imagine if it was actually like a resource that like if you could actually run out, like if you could actually dispense happiness at the expense of your own depression, and then just actually accidentally give too much. It's like giving blood, right? Like you're donating happiness, but you give too much, so instead of getting woozy, you just get ridiculously depressed. Oh my God, yeah, imagine. The rich people would make farms so that they could feel happiness, and they would just have people being sucked of happiness just so they could have like Hapital or like Cheerbolica or some crap like that. Like some pharmaceutical drug where it's like you just consume a pill and are suddenly more happy for no good reason at the expense of someone else. Let me suck that happiness. Honestly, chat, I watched an interesting article on like depression, right? So like people might sit there and say like, what is the point of depression? And I don't mean like, why are you so sad, kid? Like, I mean like physically, like biologically, genetically, why do we get depressed? Like what purpose does depression serve? And you might be like, oh, well, it's bad. It's just a flaw. It's just something that's bad. It obviously does no good because what's it do? It makes you not want to move. It makes you just sit in bed, you know, like things like that. But actually, and I don't know if this is 100% true, so, you know, take this as just like a logic experiment or whatever. But effectively, there's a lot of research indicating that depression is actually tied to like inflammatory markers. So like inflammation. So like, let's say you get bit by a mosquito. You know how like your skin swells up and stuff around it? Like your body is having an inflammatory response to try to bring white blood cells and new cells to fight the intruding, you know, bacteria, infection, virus, whatever you might have. In this case of a mosquito bite, it's like the specific chemical that they spit out to numb your skin so you don't feel them biting you, right? And your body has a reaction to it. And effectively, they've tied depression, or at least they believe they've tied depression to inflammation. Because think about it, like here's the way that I read it and the way that I understood it. Like imagine you're sick, right, chat? Like let's say you have a fever. Your body basically makes you feel like crap, right? Like you get a fever, you get all weak, you know, everything in your body is fighting off the infection. The reason your temperature goes up is to try to make an inhospitable environment for that bacteria or virus or etc. to survive in, while just barely keeping you alive, right? That's kind of the point of like you having a fever, is can I cook this thing before I cook myself? And just kill it with fire, right? That's your body's response. Kill it with fire. Imagine on the news, you hear newsflash: in the state of Kentucky, practice sucking happiness from children. Yes. Oh my God, the laws that would have to come into effect. But so like you're sick, right? And your body basically becomes depressed. But the reason for that is because, one, your body needs to rest, right? You need to lay down, drink fluids, not move around and exert yourself, and focus on fighting the infection you have to survive. Then on top of it, you also like don't want to spread whatever disease you have to other people. So like think of back in the day, and I say back in the day as if we were ever alive during this, but back when we were like feral creatures living in a pack society, you know? Like we lived at a time where if we went and isolated ourselves in a hole because we weren't feeling good, we don't want all the people over there getting sick and dying from whatever disease we have. So even if our depression kept us away from everyone and we ended up dying in this hole, the rest of our pack didn't suffer and die. So depression kept us away from people while we were sick. But then you might say, yeah, but Father Fox, why do I feel depressed when I'm obviously not sick? Like not physically sick, like you don't have coronavirus or something, you're just depressed. Well, honestly, some of it is because, you know, you could just be sad physically. And there's a difference between like clinical depression, like actual measurable depression, and just being sad, like just having a bad day, right? But at the same time, chat, like you might actually be having an allergic response to something. Like you might actually be having some illness going on in your body that you're not aware of, and your body is acting like you're sick even if you're not actually sick, and that could be depressing you. Or have you ever felt sick even though you weren't sick? Like you made yourself believe you were sick, like a psychosomatic response. Like if you ever seen ants or fleas on a pet and then feel itchy, you know what I mean? Where you're like, you know there's nothing on you, but you feel itchy and you're just scratching everywhere, even though nothing's bitten you. You have no reason to be itchy. Your brain is making you think, there's stuff crawling over me, itch, response. You know what I mean? In that same way, you might be making yourself feel quote unquote sick and releasing the inflammatory markers in your body that make your body depressed so that you become depressed. Like, you know what I mean? Like depression as a sickness is tied into our genes as like a defense mechanism, as weird as that might sound. So that was really interesting to read, honestly. It gave me a different, now obviously that doesn't mean, because like think about it, like let's say that's the case, right? Let's say inflammation equals depression, which isn't 100% of the fact, you know, it's not always, but like if that were just 100% the case, then you could make a medication that just blocks that one specific receptor that absorbs that marker, or you know that release of your body for inflammation, and then you could just cure depression, or at least like I said, at least the depression that is caused from that. It's not gonna, if like your girlfriend dumps you and you get fired and all that happens, you're definitely not just going to cure that with a pill, but well, unless you get Hapital and you can just happiness at the expense of others. How long are we gonna stream today? We'll probably go for 3 hours and change, you know, the normal amount. You know what I mean? But at the same time, for the people that are unreasonably depressed for no observable reason, it might just be because of something like that. And then there like literally might be a pill that would have like next to no side effects. Just think about it. Like right now, chat, if you're like clinically depressed and you go to someone, what are they going to prescribe you? Like anti-anxiety medications. They're going to prescribe you like mood elevators. You know, they're going to give you shit that like changes the way your brain perceives things and like changes your personality, right? As opposed to like, imagine taking a Benadryl and no longer being depressed. Could you imagine that? Like just imagine being like, oh, I'm really depressed, let me go pop a Benadryl real quick. Like the equivalency between having to take like Adderall versus a Benadryl, chat. And obviously Benadryl wouldn't work because that's a different part that it works on. I can go into the sciencey things and be like, oh, the H1 receptors and because I actually have a bit of knowledge in that field, right? But I'm not going to bore chat with all that stuff. You don't need the mechanism of action of how Benadryl works. It's just, it's a different part of your body that it's interfering with, right? But effectively, imagine taking Benadryl, which has next to no side effects, and just curing something that plagues our society currently. You know what I mean? Just imagine inventing a drug that pretty much didn't change who you were as a person, just made you feel better. That's potentially where we could go if this research ends up proving to be true, or at least proves to be the majority of the cases with depression and stuff, instead of just being an interesting thought experiment. And I all am for research like that. That sounds awesome, because, you know, how many times have you just randomly been like, I just don't want to get out of bed today. Like, today is just a bad day. Today just sucks. Imagine if you could just literally take a pill that didn't have any negative side effects, wasn't expensive, and just that feeling goes away. I mean, I'm not the type of person that says throw a pill at everything, but like, sometimes medicine is there to help us, right? Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, Squidward on a chair. Weed helps. Honestly, I've never smoked, chat. I've never done any recreational drugs or anything like that. The most I've done in that instance is drink alcohol. That's it. Like, nothing crazy. But I've never been against people that smoke. Well, I'm against people that smoke cigarettes. Cigarettes are awful for you. If you're smoking cigarettes, stop. You're just hurting yourself. Why would you do that? But people that smoke pot, like, I never understood why it was illegal. And I mean, I know why it's illegal, chat. It's illegal because of, you know, like, fear mongering and blah, 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 and industry, and rich people got to make their money. That's the long story short. Got peer pressure to drink. You should never let yourself be peer pressured for anything. Even if it's something you want to do, you should try to never let anyone make you do it against your will. You know what I mean? But like, weed, in my opinion, is less damaging than freaking cigarettes. Less damaging than alcohol. The reason that it's illegal right now is because when we first discovered it, we didn't know what it did. So it was like, just ban it. Which I have a funny story about that, chat. I'll get back to it in just a second. I just want to quickly cap this one off. I don't want to spend too long talking about weed or anything like that, because I feel like Twitch would not like me for it. But long story short, I don't have anything against people that smoke. I don't do it myself personally. I personally hate the smell of it. Like, it actually makes me gag. But I really don't care if people do it. It's just everything in moderation, chat. Everything in moderation, including moderation. Smoking too much weed is not good for you, because it's like eating too much chocolate's not good for you. You know, drinking too much alcohol is not good for you. If you have a drink, if you come home from work and have yourself a beer once a night, then it's like, okay, whatever. As long as you know you're not going into liver failure from drinking way too much beer or something. Fine, whatever. That's if that's your thing, you know? So if you want to come home and smoke a joint once a night or whatever, as long as you're doing it responsibly, you know, you're not driving around and screwing with people, or, you know, like, you're not doing anything to affect the world, then yeah, go for it. Have fun. Why not? But actually, about the whole making laws before we understand stuff, I have a hilarious story. So, how many people in chat are aware that grapes are toxic to dogs? We get a raise of hands. Anyone know that grapes are actually toxic to dogs? Like, if you fed your dog enough grapes, you will kill them. Not even joking. Grapes are delicious. I love grapes, but don't feed your dog grapes. Even though they are still tasty and your dog will love eating them, you will basically put them in renal failure and shut down their liver and kidneys. Because effectively, when they digest it, they release an enzyme that their body can't that slime is dodging the crap out of my arrows. Stop. Die. Level. Grapes are dogs. Grapes are dogs. Grapes are dogs, chat. All dogs are grapes. No, grapes are toxic to dogs. So if anyone in chat has dogs and you enjoy eating grapes, this includes things like raisins and, you know, other grape product. Don't feed them to your dog. No es bueno. Not good for dogs, right? But like, I bet you a lot of people in chat honestly didn't know that. It's not super common knowledge, right? And honestly, back in the day, so to speak, no one really knew it, right? So here's an interesting random bit of information. Grape ice cream. Have you ever seen grape ice cream before? Anyone in chat ever seen grape ice cream before? Anyone? I know grape slushies and stuff, but I mean like grape Ben and Jerry's. No one's ever seen grape ice cream before, right? there's actually a really interesting reason as to why there isn't grape ice cream. Originally, chat, there was something about the enzymes in the grape that didn't allow the cream to like freeze properly. So anyone that tried to make a grape flavored ice cream would just get like a milkshake effectively. Like it just wouldn't freeze. Way back when, like during a World's Fair or World's Trade Center fair sort of thing, someone invented a way to actually properly get the flavors of grapes and have real grapes in ice cream and actually make it be ice cream. And everyone apparently got together in this party and all enjoyed this amazing new grape flavored ice cream that no one had been able to figure out before, right? And in doing so, the guy had his dog, and some people there were letting the dog eat ice cream because it's commonly known that even though it's not good for dogs, it's a lot of sugar, you're going to give your dog diarrhea if you give them ice cream. And as long as it's not chocolate ice cream, for the most part, ice cream doesn't have anything in it that's intrinsically awful for dogs besides the calories. So like vanilla ice cream, if you fed your dog vanilla ice cream, it didn't have any like sweeteners or anything, you know, bad in it like that, then yeah, it's just sugar and milk, and dogs are commonly known to be able to consume those things perfectly fine and healthy, right? So a bunch of people at this party were feeding this guy's dog the grape flavored ice cream just because they didn't know any better. No one knew at the time that grapes were deadly to dogs. We eat them, we just assumed everything could eat them, they were fine. Well, like the next morning, the guy's dog was like hospitalized and then died. Sad story, I know. Dead pupper. Not happy thoughts. But immediately he's like, the dog was perfectly healthy, and the only thing that changed was we fed it grape ice cream. That's the only thing. The grape ice cream must have killed the dog. So immediately his thoughts were not that grapes are bad for dogs, but that grape ice cream, for some reason, intrinsically kills dogs. So that might mean it's dangerous for people too. So immediately he reported this, and effectively laws got passed. Like, I'm not even shitting you. Like, the FDA made it illegal for you to create or research making grape flavored ice cream. Literally against the law to make grape flavored ice cream because they thought something about the grape flavored ice cream was poisonous. They didn't know what. They just assumed something poisonous ice cream, you're not allowed to make it. So for the longest time, chat, there was a physical law in the United States that made grape-flavored ice cream illegal. Making it, owning it, researching it, making it illegal. Illegal. You may as well do crack cocaine because it's a felony to make grape ice cream. And I think this law recently like expired. And when I say recently, I mean like within the last like 5 to 10 years, sort of recently, right? But, and I think actually someone did make grape ice cream because now we know, right? Now we know why that dog died back then, right? But think about it. A law was made and passed and had been in effect to the point where if you didn't know that law existed and you made grape ice cream, you would go to federal prison over something that didn't need to exist because grape ice cream was illegal for no reason because someone was dumb and killed their dog with grape ice cream. Can I order you something off of Amazon? Why would I order you off of Amazon? Why would I order you something off Amazon? Why wouldn't you just order something off of Amazon? What's going on right now? Dad, could you buy me something? Dad, I need groceries. Raisins? No, I'm definitely, after the conversation we had, I am concerned with purchasing raisins for you. I want more magma blocks. More magma blocks. I do not. As you won't feed them to your dog. No, I have two bits of information from you right now. One of them is that you have a dog, and the other of them is that you just learned what to do with them with raisins. Nope. Let's fly, chat. You will feed them to your hamster? Yeah, I'm sure you will. Honestly, depending upon the size of the dog, chat, and how many grapes you feed them, like if you fed a dog a single grape, it's not going to do anything. It might give him diarrhea, you know what I mean? But like keep in mind that when this guy made this ice cream, he probably did something to make the ice cream be like concentrated grape to make the flavor prominent and still have it be freezable. So he might have accidentally just taken the enzyme, like the thing that is bad for the dogs, and just made it super concentrated in the ice cream without realizing it. And that might be the only reason that the dog died from eating the ice cream. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of stuff we just don't know. Let's see. Let's put all this up. Boop, boop, boop. Yay, we got some Phil Heart love in chat with the Pride Heart. Thank you, Gobo. Appreciate you. Let's see, chat. We need to go to the sand farm and get more of this so we can continue this conversation out there. Let us go. Let us go fly. I need to cough, or 1 second. I'm going to mute my mic for a sec. Ah, there we go. You want to donate, but it's fine. Like, everyone doesn't have to worry about donating. Everyone that donates, you're super appreciated and everything, but like, keep in mind, like I said, I understand if everyone, I thought for a second there just straight up wasn't a gate there. I was concerned. If everyone at home can't afford to donate or subscribe or things like that, you don't have to feel bad. Really, you don't. Oops. You're going to donate one day. You're going to donate 100. You're going to donate 10,000 bits. That's a lot of biddies, mate. That's a lot of money. Like I said, chat, I would feel bad. I would legitimately feel bad if I know you people are out there, like, just not being able to buy yourself food and you're donating what little money you have to me. Use your money on yourself. If you're a Technoblade fan out there and you have millions of dollars and you just don't know what to do with it and you're trying to throw it around at people, then yes, please throw it my way. Have fun. Feel free. Hit that Prime, hit that subscribe button. Ding dong that bell. Ding dong that dang old bell. Like do whatever you want at that point. You're just being a philanthropist. I've already said, like, this stream that I would pretty much do the same thing if I just had infinite money, right? So, but if you don't have the money to do that, I don't want you to feel like you're letting me down or anything, because you're not. You just being here and hanging and chatting, that is more than enough support for me. More than enough. It does more for me than you know. There's been, I know, all right, so this is I know this is probably not a hot take, but it's probably not something people hear a lot, right? But like, lag, stop lag, no lag, unlag, Control Z lag, there we go. So like, a lot of people go to streamers, right? And they find their comfort streamers, and they find people that make them feel better. Does that guy hold? No, he's okay, he's good. They find people that, that have cool vibes and make them feel better and things like that. And a lot of people tell their streamers that, like, they saved their lives and they help them get through tough times and things like that, right? Like that's a common thing, right? So here's the thing. There's a lot of streamers, honestly, that you guys are effectively doing the same thing for them. There's been a lot of days, chat, where I'm not gonna lie, like, no one's perfect. I'm gonna sit there and say, I'm a perfect person. I'm always happy 100% of the time. I'm never sad, blah, 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 right? There's days that I've woken up and I'm just like, man, today's just, I don't want to get out of bed. Like, today is just rough. It just feels rough, right? But then I also think about, like, oh, but today's Sunday, or ooh, today's Tuesday, or ooh, today's Thursday. I'm streaming. And that gives me the motivation when I am in my all-time lows to get up and go throughout the day. And chat, y'all have no idea. I look forward to every single bat. What is that bat doing? I look forward every single time that I get to spend time with all of y'all. Even if it's just me and Ash chilling in stream. Or honestly, even if it's just me sitting here by myself, just being goofy and talking to nobody. That makes me so happy. Just being able to do this, right, chat? Which is why one of the reasons I'm so friggin' afraid of the DMC crap, because I don't want to lose this, right, chat? I don't want to just randomly be yeeted off of this platform just because, I don't know, I looked at someone crossways. You know what I'm saying? So I'm super appreciative of every single person in chat, everyone that supports me, whether it be financially or just by being here, right? You're all absolutely flippin' amazing. And I don't want you to ever feel like you have to support me with money in order to support me. Because you guys just being here, just relaxing here with me, plenty enough. Seriously, I'm not, no kappa, right? You guys are just absolutely phenomenal people, period. Period, question mark. I hope that wasn't absolutely too cheesy for everyone, but it's true. It's the way I feel. I truly, truly do feel this way. Let's see, put that there. Set my spawn. Let's see, Father, what do I talk about if I have no active viewers? Honestly, I just probably just say the same crap that I say. Like, I find some topic, either something that I heard, something that I saw, or something that comes up in game, and I just talk about it. I just talk about it for like friggin' just like hours on end. Like that's honestly it. I will find myself every so often running out of things to think about. And at that point in time, it's when having chat does help, because like just having someone in there is being like, hey, how was this today? Or did you see this today? And then it's like, oh, that's something to talk about for 3 hours at a time. You know what I mean? But like, honestly, for the most part, chat, like just sitting here and talking to myself. Okay, here's the perfect example, right, chat? All right. You're not a good streamer because you're not interested. No, you're plenty. Like, look, the thing that marks a good streamer for me, chat, is how much they enjoy what they're doing. Some people get so anxious about hitting that go live button that they freeze, they cripple, and then they can't talk. And they're not having fun streaming. Streaming is work, it's effort, it's anxiety to them, right? Those streamers are quote unquote bad streamers. And I'm not saying they're bad people. I'm not saying if you had to define what would make a good streamer and a bad streamer, in my eyes, quote unquote, a good streamer is someone that's just having fun doing a thing that they're doing, and then they are also streaming it. And it's not that a quote unquote bad streamer can't be a good streamer. And I don't even want to call them bad streamers, right? They're not bad streamers. They're just inexperienced. Or maybe they don't have what's the word? Like they don't have their ideals straightened out yet, right? Like they don't know why they're streaming yet, right? They think that, like, here's the problem that I tend to see with a lot of people that do this, right? The people that like stream and they don't really enjoy streaming. I tend to see that what they're doing is they're trying to effectively like make friends or become popular, and they think that being the streamer will make them popular and that they'll get friends from it, and you know, like they think that effectively, like, if they stream they will become famous, and therefore all of their I forgot to turn on the freaking chunk loader. I always forget to do that, chat. Do I have any more black concrete in here? I do. I'm gonna take a couple more of these and fix that out there. And I'll take a couple more of these just to make sure I have enough of all of them.
Black concrete. That
Black concrete powder. Lol. So effectively, like,
Minecraft server.
If someone starts a stream, right, because they just want to do something and have fun, I think people will want to watch them a lot more than people watching someone that's trying to, like, they're not having fun streaming. They think they just have to make friends. Does that make sense? Like, I think that's what I'm saying, what they're misguided. It's not because they can't have fun being a streamer. It's because they're not thinking about things in the right order, right? That's my point. Let me turn this off real quick and fix it, because I broke it. I broke the crap out of it. Let me unbreak it. Control Z. Back from your outside adventure. How was your outside adventure, mate? Wish that you could fly way up in the sky like a bird so high. Oh, you might just try. Nice rhymes. But yeah, chat, my opinion, like, for example, Ash, you mentioned that you don't think you're a good streamer. I think you could be a perfectly fine streamer. I don't think you should have any concerns whether you're a good streamer or not. And I think that's what would make you a better streamer, is not being worried about if you're a good or bad streamer. If you enjoy streaming, you should stream, period. Like, you should just do it because you have fun doing it. You shouldn't do it because you think you're good or bad. Does that make sense? I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting my point across. I'm not trying to tell people that some people just shouldn't stream, but like at the same time, there are some people that just don't have the like the social, like, it's like being an introvert and being like, I have to force myself to go to a party to be a normal person. You don't have to force yourself to go to a party. You are a normal person. You just have to accept the fact that you might not be the type of person that goes out to bars and parties, and you know what I mean? Like, you have to find your thing and be happy with who you are, and then everything else will fall in place around it. If you're forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do, thinking that will fix your life, that might be the thing that's wrong with your life in the first place.
Here's my perspective on that, Potato.
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to be a streamer and you don't enjoy streaming, you're doing it wrong. The
Well,
point
yeah,
of
yeah.
being a streamer is to do something you enjoy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like when Ash says like I don't think I'm a good streamer or I think I'm a good streamer, like when I think of that, I think anyone could be a good streamer as long as they want to be a streamer. They're not a good streamer because of the content they make. They're not a good streamer because they're popular. You know, they're a good streamer because they're doing something they love and they're doing it. So it doesn't matter if they have viewers or not at that point in time, you know, because viewers, think of it this way, chat. Viewers are validation. If you need to, if you are so sensitive that you need to be validated, then you're going to hurt yourself, right? And that's really what it comes down to. Like, if I have no viewers, it doesn't mean I'm a bad streamer. It just means I have no viewers. And if I let that discourage me, then I'm not going to be a streamer. And then if I let that discourage me and I stop being a streamer, even if I could have been the best streamer in the world, I will never be a streamer because I stopped streaming. So at that point in time, I'm a bad streamer because I'm not streaming. You know what I mean? Like you can't let yourself get caught up in your own head to the point where you basically stop yourself from doing something you love. If you don't love streaming and you stop streaming, then you're not a bad streamer because you're a bad person. You're a bad streamer because you didn't want to be a streamer. So yeah, you're not going to be a good streamer if you didn't want to be a streamer. That would be like saying I'm a bad doctor if I never went to medical school and became a doctor. Yes, I'm a horrible doctor. I don't have a degree. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to be a doctor. Yes, I'm a horrible doctor. You know what I mean? To be honest, yes. Okay, look, quality does matter, but in my opinion, quality is something you can improve upon as you go. Like, for example, think of art, because creating content is art. It's its own, it's like writing music, it's like creating, you know, pictures and paintings. It's artwork. Your first thing you make isn't going to be the best thing you ever make. That's obvious. Everyone just, that's period. That's easy. That's easy clap. You understand that the first things you make aren't going to be good. So why would you judge yourself and say you're a bad streamer based off the first thing you make? Even like Picasso and Rembrandt and like all the famous artists weren't famous when they were first creating their content. You know what I mean? So like your content matters, but as long as you care about your content, that will make your content better overall. If you don't care about your content, if you're just going through the motions because you think you need to be a streamer to be a good streamer, then that's why you're going to get like stuck in this loop of making bad content, hating the content you make because you don't care about making the content, and then you're just never going to be happy, so you're never going to strive to make the good content. If you care about what you're doing and you want to do it for the sake of yourself, then you're going to make content, and eventually you're going to improve your content, and eventually you're going to be a better streamer. It's just like, some people are gifted, like they could just jump on the internet and just be like, bam, I'm gonna draw something, and it just comes out amazing, right? And other people have to work, and they have to struggle, and they have to like improve themselves slowly. But like everyone that's ever mastered a skill didn't start off just knowing everything about that skill, right? Same thing with streaming. Only OGs remember when Father Fox used the stone generator. I still use it. I just haven't built anything with stone for a hot minute. That's really it. In fact, let's grab the stuff that we have here and start lugging it back. More shulkies. We have plenty of use for that stone generator. In fact, I still want to make the YouTube video that explains how to make it. I think I might do that as just a way to like test / experiment on video creation, and it's gonna suck. Like I literally was just saying, the first thing I create, because it'll literally be the first video I ever make. But I'll learn from making that video, and it'll be there, unfortunately for all of you to watch. And to laugh at me for. But you know what? I'll learn from it, and then the next video I'll make will be a little bit better, and the next one I'll make will hopefully be a little better, and I'll just keep slowly improving until I could pay for an editor. I don't have to worry about making them anymore. No, but I'm joking. Okay, I'm joking. I'm totally joking. But seriously, chat, like, it's the same concept. I'm not expecting to just be a YouTube star because I uploaded a video on how to make a stone generator. I'm doing it because I want to, and I want to learn how to do it, and because of that passion, I will continue to improve as long as I care about making YouTube videos. You know what I mean? What's the last time the cats were fed? Not this stream, at least. Actually, I think someone might have redeemed it last Tuesday, so it might have been a week ago. I don't know if I could actually check. I don't think I can check previous, redemptions. The Discord stream? Yeah, I know we did it on the Discord stream, but I don't know if we did it since then. I think Keto flexed and spent some points to feed the kitties. It was either last Tuesday or the Thursday before that. I don't remember when. It was definitely, at this point, it's definitely been over a week, chat. Let's see. Collect this. Collect this. Is that all the odd colored things? Yeah. They're dying. They are infinite. They will never die. They have infinite cannon lives, Keto. You can't kill them.
Well,
Let's see. I guess I should separate these by color so my OCD doesn't go insane. And with that said, I should probably just take these out and put them in this box. No, this box is almost full. Okay, well this box can go in here then. You love the Discord streams because you get to speak with Father using your voice, which you hate, but it's cool as heck. Honestly, I have a lot of fun doing them too, because I get to do a lot of the grindy stuff just off, you know, between streams. And also get the chance to just, you know, do it while talking with everyone. No, your plan has been foiled. All right, Keto, we will go feed the kitties. Let me finish collecting all the stand here and getting my inventory a little organized. I'm basically just here stalling for time, chat, while sand gets generated. That's pretty much all we're here for. And we've been here for what, like 5-10 minutes, I feel, and we've gotten a pretty substantial amount. So let me get a couple more shulkers out. Let's collect the stuff that we have. Let's see. And then we will go feed the kitties. Feed the kitties. Did one of these have black in them already? No, it did not. Or you know what, actually? Stop, I need that. Where's the sand? This one. I'll put those there. And then I'll put the black in that. There we go. And then we'll go feed kitties.
yeah, feed the kitties.
Feed the kitties. Maybe we'll do a little fishing too, because I think I'm actually running low on fishies. What's up?
It was not exactly an outside adventure. I was opening the gallery, which meant mostly consisted of me sitting in the gallery and trying not to fall asleep while I made sure that nobody came in. Or you know.
Father, when I get a PC, I'm gonna join your SMP and force you guys to play with me. Okay.
Lol.
Honestly, I want to kind of wait until we get to the 1.18 update, because I feel like if we start an SMP now, all the cool stuff, like all the cool new cave generation, will have to go out forever away to see. So we only got like what, 6 months? I think between this and dungeons, we'll have enough content to last us until then, and then maybe dungeons might start dying off by that point, and we'll start making an SMP or something. I don't know. Chat, you all think that I'm some mastermind that has everything planned out from beginning to end. I make it up as I go, I swear. I really do. I literally just make it up every day. I just decide, I think I'm gonna do this today. That's it. I mean, I have some stuff pre-planned, like obviously like builds and stuff are pre-planned in my head. Like I have the concept of what I want to do, but I don't structure everything where it's like, in exactly 6 months, this is what we'll be doing on this date at this time. You know, no, I'm not that big brain. No, not that big brain at all. Give. There we go. Fill all the boxes. Fill all the boxes. I guess I ran out of room for that, so that'll go there. And it'll go there. And it'll go there. Once I pretty much fill up these boxes, chat, we're gonna go. Because then that should be enough to at least let us finish getting another chunk done. Right? So what are you up to, Oob? Make an SMP a sub goal? I could, but honestly, chat, I feel like I've had the current sub goal for like, I don't know what, since I hit affiliate, honestly. I'm not a big enough streamer to like make sub goals that are like, what if we hit 100 subs today? I'll take off my pants and run down the streets naked. You know what I mean? Like all the big streamers just have tons of people in their chat that have like disposable income and they just want to throw the money at them, right? So they can make crazy sub goals that are like, I'll wear a maid outfit if we get 100,000 subs. You know, we just don't have that viewership, right?
Hey, Raven, I think you underestimate. I'm pretty sure if you offered to wear a maid outfit, we would get 100,000 subscribers.
For 100,000 subscribers, I will wear a maid outfit. I will tell chat that right now. I will sell out for money. No, I'm joking. But like seriously, 100,000 subscribers. All right, I'm in my head real quick. 100,000 subscribers is $250,000. Remember how we were talking earlier about I've never held $250,000 in my hand? That would effectively be my chance to do that. Would I wear a maid outfit for that? Yes. Immediately. No hesitation. Chat, this is the thing. Chat, you think I'm being punished for that? You're being punished for that. That's your punishment for that. I don't know why you pay me to wear a maid outfit, okay? That's your punishment. Gift time. You know what, Keto? If I become famous for being the guy that promised to wear a maid, I'm definitely not the first one. I only use that as an example because more famous people than me have done just that. And they have met... everyone more or less, okay, and I'm not even, this is the thing, chat, I'm not even the first fox that could say for X amount of thousands. Yeah, literally, Fundy was the original Fox streamer that was wearing the maid outfit, that he got X amount of thousands of subs and his chat put him in a maid outfit and he did an entire stream in a maid outfit. And you know what? He looked good in it. No, I'm joking, but like he didn't look bad. Chat, let's just say it this way: he looked better than I'll look in a maid outfit. I promise you that much.
Well,
but seriously, like 100,000 subscribers. I wouldn't say I'd sell my soul for it. Like I wouldn't do anything that morally I'm not okay with. You know, like I wouldn't eat a baby for 100,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? But like putting a maid outfit on, I have no shame. I'm fine with that. Yeah, like, you know, I honestly joked around saying like if people wanted to see me that bad, that they were willing to pay for it, that like if we hit 1,000 subs, I would do face cams from now on. Like I would buy a camera with the money I got from subs, and I would do streams with face cam from that point on. Period. So, and it doesn't matter if the sub goal, once you hit it, it's hit. It doesn't matter if we only got 1,000 subs once and then went back down to having one sub forever. I would do face cam forever. Like it would be a goal that once hit, that's a permanent thing that affects the channel, right? And I would keep that word. I forgot if I think I actually said 1,000. I think 1,000 was the number that I set that to. And I would do that, chat, because I'm a man of my word, if nothing else. Let's see, black. Face cam at 1,000 subs. That's, I think, what I said when I first made the channel as a joke. But, I mean, like I said, chat, no shame. If you guys want to see my ugly mug and you're going to pay me for it, then I will deliver. If everyone stops watching me at that point, then that's on you, not me. Let's see. Okay, so full. Father Fox OnlyFans. Okay, and that's full enough for me. Let's go turn the machine off. And we could collect the rest of it next time we come back. Actually, Keto, you were streaming pretty late yesterday. I was sticking around for most of it while playing like games in the background, so I'm sorry if I was a little quiet during the streams. But how'd you think? Was that like the first time you've ever streamed, like ever? Father Fox has boobs? I wish. I wouldn't call myself obese, chat. Like, I don't think I'm the ugliest motherfucker I've ever seen, right? But like, I'm definitely not pretty. Like, people that use their face to like promote their streams generally have a good look to them. Did I literally turn this off perfectly? Wow, I've never done that before, chat. I don't need to reset it. It's just perfect. Awesome. You know what I mean? Like some people literally, ooh, I need to put some black concrete back here. Which one had the black? This one. Or actually, which one had the disparity of stuff? Was it this one? Or was that the gravel box? That was the gravel box. Was it this one? No. Was it this one? It was this one. The one that's already on my bar. Yes. Just take a bunch of that and leave it in this box for next time when we come. There we go. Pick up all my shelfies. I did. Fatherfax says boobs. I refuse to feel any different. I mean, hey, whatever you want in your own headcanon, right? But no, like, all right, and I'm not trying to sit there and say if you're ugly you can't be a streamer, chat, because that's obviously not true. I definitely don't think I'm pretty, and look at me, I'm a streamer, right? But there are certain people that have just an attractive look. Like, think of like Markiplier, right? I'm not gonna hit on Markiplier right now or anything, but like, if I had to define an attractive person, I'd be like, yeah, Markiplier is attractive. He's got like he's got like the strong jawline. He's got like the low, raspy, strong voice. You know what I mean? Like he's got all the qualifying features of someone that would be considered attractive, right? And also, I don't think I'm fitted to talk on attraction, considering of all people in chat right now, I'm asexual, so I don't find attraction to physical features of people, right? But like if I had to sit there and say what society would consider, I would like to think that someone like that would be considered an attractive person, right? I don't necessarily have all of those features, let's just say. I honestly, the first time I heard my own voice, like whenever I recorded myself and listened to it, I honestly thought my voice sounded like Lois Griffin, just a man Lois Griffin. Like, cause it sounds like I'm like nasally, like I don't know, whenever I hear my voice I always sound like I'm talking like this for some reason. Like it sounds like I'm holding my nose when I talk, chat. Because like, okay, I'm sure everyone can understand me when I say like you have a voice in your head that's like your voice, and it's not the same voice that comes out of your mouth. It's like your perception of what you sound like, right? And the voice in my head sounds way cooler than my actual voice.
Well, part of that comes from the fact that you're used to hearing your voice from inside your own head.
Yeah. Like without distortion and stuff.
The acoustics are way different. I hate the sound of my voice. I sound like a little girl.
Lol. But yeah, that's what I mean. So the first time I heard my voice, comparing it to the voice that I know in my head, so to speak, I'm like, oh my god, my voice is awful. No one's going to want to sit here and listen to me for hours on end talking about whatever dumb crap I'm going to talk. They're going to be like, oh my god, it's like cheese grater to a chalkboard. Stop speaking, please. Mute yourself. Someone gag this man. Pay this man to stop speaking, right? But then I started streaming and people were actually like legitimately like, I love listening to your voice. I fall asleep listening to your voice. And I'm just like, excuse me? Like, I'm thinking about that, and they were being genuine, as genuine as I could imagine. Like, if not, top tier troll, right? But like, I think I made this joke once before. It's like, your soothing voice. I love listening to your voice. And meanwhile, like, you know, it cuts to me being like, you know, like just making odd noises and stuff, right? You fall asleep to my voice every Sunday? Well, that's because I'm a boring streamer. No, I'm joking. But no, you know what I mean? Like, for someone to sit there and be like, this voice that I genuinely thought my voice was just not attractive. It was just, what am I gonna do? Not talk on stream? Like, no one's gonna watch you if you don't at least... I have to have some way to communicate with the audience, right? Otherwise, I'm just making a YouTube video live. That's all that's happening, right? So it's like, voice was a necessity. And honestly, all of you guys have been super supportive, if not absolutely amazing, about being like, actually, I love your voice. And I'm like, really? Like, legitimately, you're not just like sucking up to me? Like, everyone just is like, no, your voice is awesome. You have a cool voice. And I'm like, wow, that actually feels really freaking amazing. You know what I mean? Like, to think that you had a thing, and I saw you check that off, Keto. I'm gonna get it. We're gonna grab some fish right now. You know what I mean? To sit there and be like, that's definitely not an upside, and then be like, actually, it is. We only need 6, so we feed some of these, right? There we go. Its voice is awesome too. Like the chill parts. Yeah, honestly, I like the chill parts too. That's really what I expected when I first started streaming. It wasn't going to be me talking so much as chilling and vibing. But honestly, I've had more fun just kind of running my mouth constantly. And since people don't seem to mind my grating voice, then yeah, I'm going to use this opportunity to not stop talking, because that's my superpower, is the ability to never shut up.
I
Real
also
quick.
have that superpower, which is
That's-
why we're such good friends.
Yeah, which is why we're streaming together. With our powers combined, we can annoy the world together. Let's feed our kitties real quick. We got Lil Derp. Here's your fishy. There you go, Lil Derp. And Aki Cat, one for you. We got Keto the Calico. Thank you, Keto, for feeding Keto. Keto on Keto action there. Baby Ash, one for you. French Roast Jr., there you go. And last but certainly not least, Google Chrome. There's a kitty for you. And now we listen to the purrs. Oh, it was perfect. The song perfectly ended so we can listen to purrs. Adorable kitties. Adorable kitties. Thank you so much for feeding the fishies. The kitties always appreciate it. And you know what? I'm going to leave that chest there. We have extras. Let's do a little bit of fishing while we're here too. My voice reminds me of a slightly higher Eric. You know what? Honestly, that is a compliment as far as I'm concerned, because I think Eric's voice is fine. And I say fine as in like a compliment, not like his voice is okay. Like Eric has a nice voice. Like he has a very good speaking voice, like a theatrical voice. Honestly, there's a lot of people that I could sit there and listen to their voice and be like, that's a voice that I wish I had. You know what I mean? Like I wish my voice had their qualities. And let's go Google Chrome. So like anyone sitting there and comparing, like for example, I don't find Rambu's voice annoying, and everyone says I sound like Rambu. So I'm like, hey, if I sound like Rambu, then that means I can sound like, you know, like the top tier streamers, right? You know what I mean? Like if Rambu's voice is something that everyone could listen, like hundreds of thousands of people can listen to, and people say I sound like Rambu, yes, I will take that. I will not look the other way at that in any way, shape, or form. It was never meant to be. I think also sometimes, chat, my voice changes. So if I'm just talking normally and I'm not enthused, then it sounds completely different when I'm talking like I'm talking right now. You know what I mean? So, and I kind of attribute that to like, I don't want to say I'm a voice actor, because I'm not. I'm 100% not a voice actor, right? But like, think of how voice actors have like several voices that they speak with, and they could just flop back and forth between them and talk effectively normally. Like look at like Seth MacFarlane that could literally sing with his alternate voices, right? If I could make myself talk completely casually like anyone at any point in time, then yeah, I would do that. I would make myself sound like whoever I need to sound like at the moment. At that point in time, I'd probably be making money as a voice actor, right? Like, who was that Vine person that also now does TikTok? Was it like Jared ZD? Oh, I'm trying to remember his name. Ooh, you know him, right?
No, I do not.
Oh, I'm trying to remember his name. It's like Zared, oh man, it's gonna drive me freaking crazy. I'm gonna have to look it up. He's like a super famous like TikTok / Vine streamer, right? And apparently he's also, and I never realized this, he's apparently also a very famous like voice actor. Like he's voiced a lot of famous characters in video games and TV shows and stuff like that. Ooh, we got a fishing rod. Look at that. Unbreaking 3, Lore 2, Poggers. Oh wow, actually we could combine that with this and we can get Lore. I think we need Lore 3 is the max we can get, right? Sweet, that's actually an absolutely amazing find. So like, you know, like you can make money with your voice if you have whoops, I right clicked too early. You know, if you have a voice or what's the word, like an adaptable voice, right? Like if you can change to completely different characters at a whim, just at any time. It doesn't matter if the voice sounds similar. Ooh, a Nautilus shell. It doesn't matter if the voice sounds similar to what you sound like now, right? As long as it's a different voice, right? Breadlore, your favorite enchantment. Yes, the Breadlore. All of the ducks. We should make a texture pack that retextures chickens to look like mallards. Like, you know, like the green and brown with like the red ring around them sort of thing. Let's see. Nautilus shells. Honestly, I'm sad, chat, that we will never have Hearts of the Sea in this world. Kitties fed and perfect purr. Nice. Breadlore.
We'll never have what in that
Fiverr.
world?
Conduits. We'll never have a Heart of the Sea because we don't have
What's that?
shipwrecks. It's an item that is specifically treasure loot from shipwrecks that effectively, if we mix with these Nautilus shells, makes a thing makes like a piece of lost technology effectively that if we put in the water and surround with another block that we'll never have, which is prismarine blocks, it basically gives us like superpowers underwater, like night vision and water breathing and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, we'll never have that in this world, but I did realize, chat, when 1.17 comes out, we should be able to have, or rather when we update to 1.17, right? Because obviously 1.17 is already out. When we upgrade to 1.17, we're going to be able to actually get a lot more blocks than I thought that we wouldn't have access to, right? Because the Wandering Trader is going to trade Dripstone, and the Wandering Trader is also going to trade Moss and Azalea and all that, right? But on top of it, copper. I have a plan to make a copper farm, and I haven't finished creating it, so I don't want to say I will make it because I don't want to promise chat something I can't deliver, right? But I do have a plan that in theory 100% should work, and it's working off the mechanic that drowned, if killed by the player, drop copper like zombies drop iron. So technically I have an idea for a zombie farm that should basically just give us as much freaking copper as we would want, as long as we AFK at it. So I'm planning on doing that because I want to do a lot of stuff with copper. I really, really like the lightning rod. And chat, you might be saying like, lightning rod, the lightning rod's stupid. Like, first of all, the lightning rod will protect our drowned zombies drop gold. I think they currently drop gold, and I think they're changing that to copper, or I think they have changed that already to copper. They might still drop gold, but I think since piglins drop gold, or since zombie piglins drop gold, and since regular zombies drop iron, they kind of said like, well, we may as well, now that we have copper in the game, we may as well give drowned their own thing to drop. You know what I mean? Which is what I would think. But not only can we put the lightning rods on top of buildings like that have like, you know, we can remove the ceiling that's over here because we don't have to worry about lightning striking, you know, the village breeder and turning them into witches. We can use them obviously to protect our villagers, but on top of it, chat, I really just like the aesthetic of the what's the name, the lightning rod, because like you could just connect them like chains one to the other, and it looks like copper piping. You know, so we could make it look like we have pipes running to places. You know what I mean? Like, we could build a lot of really cool stuff with it. That and the copper block looks really cool. I just really love the texture of the copper block. Not to mention the gradient of it aging. Like, I want to have a lot of copper. I want to make builds that include copper. I really do like the copper block. You're waiting for Minecraft Dungeons to download on your Xbox? Poggers! Yeah, I'm excited. Now that we finally... I'm so salty that our friggin' game crashed at the end of stream, but I'm super excited that we finally started getting really good items, and now we could start actually, like, doing some harder content. Like, I'm really excited that next time I want to beat the game on adventure difficulty next time, and I think me and Oob could do it. I think we got it. I think we could do it next time, chat.
Yeah, I think we can manage that.
And then we'll unlock Apocalypse, which gives us amazing loot. Time to smash stuff. Yeah, it's really, like, early game really, really is, like, hard. It's like a grind. But, like, once you get to the point where you get, like, a good build, then you could use that build to generate more builds because you just get better loot. So I'm excited. I'm psyched. I can't wait for Sunday. In fact, Oob, if you're off Thursday and want to play dungeons, I will totally do dungeons instead of hardcore to this Thursday. Okay, let's see. We've been fishing for a hot minute.
Off,
yeah, go ahead.
I am not off. When is the Thursday start?
Noon. Oob, you should know our own schedule at this point.
Well, I haven't been going on those streams, so I don't rate. I forget. I'm terrible. But
where'd I get Endstone from?
I do have my tasks and duties have shifted, and it's possible for me to get off earlier. So will probably, like, if all goes well, I'll probably be able to make that stream. And I will totally do a dungeons run.
Perfect. So if Oob can get off Thursday, then we're gonna do, or if Oob can make stream Thursday, we won't know probably, chat. We won't know until like an hour before stream, more than likely, right? So it's not like I'm gonna announce or say it, but effectively, if we're doing hardcore on Thursday, it's because Oob either couldn't make it or because, you know, he would only be like, he'd be too tired after work, etc., right? But if Oob can make it, then we're totally going to do an extra dungeon stay that day. Then we'll have Thursday and Sunday will be double dungeons. So I'm excited. I've been having way too much fun playing dungeons, honestly. All right, let's see. It's getting to that point, chat, where I think we should start considering doing following mountain. We should start following the mountain. We should start considering doing follower mountain, and also getting what's its name, our gamble situated. Let's just throw all this stuff in here for now, and I'll sort it later. Ooh, we also have this fishing rod. I'm gonna save that in here for now, because maybe we can get lure 2 on another fishing rod and make that lure 3, and then combine that with our fishing rod and have the ultimate fishing rod, which then, chat, we can name. What should we name our fishing rod? In fact, you know what, real quick? Let's do that real quick while we're here. Let's make another fishing rod, and see if we can't get lure 2 on it, or heck, just lure 3. I need, what, string? String. That's not string, that's string. String and stick. Rope stick. I was thinking, chat, we might want to name it after something related to the kitties, like the kitty feeder, or something like that. The fish finder. Bread lore. Name it bread lore. Lol. Stick. There we go. Name it bread lore. We could find a fun name for it, because at this point in time, once we combine the lure 3 on it, we're never gonna need to worry about it again. Like, it'll just be perpetually that forever. So let's grab some lapis. We'll grab some books too, just to make sure that the book doesn't have lore on it, which right now it does not. Why can't I see? Why can't I see what this is? Oh wow, I don't even have 30 levels yet. Okay, well, let's go downstairs real quick and trade a bunch of stuff with villagers and make it to money. We'll make it to money. There we go. I can also repair my pickaxe while we're at it. Let's see. If it has lore, it could be called a bread lore. Lol. Bread lore. Bread lore for the kitties. Bread lore. Lol. Let's go get my axe so I can chop these, let me under. So I could chop these bookshelves up and convert them into emeralds. Where's my axe? There be axe.
It's funny. All this talk about people being made of not potatoes, of bread, has reminded me of in the tall grass. And all I can think of is the scene where the guy says, "It's all just grass." I'm now seeing the same scene with "It's all just bread."
It's all just bread. Lol. Let's see. Create books. Generate books from nothing.
All meat is. Oh wait, no, it's all meat is grass. So instead, it'd be all bread. All meat is bread.
All meat is bread. That sounds like some Matrix stuff. Everything tastes like chicken, but everything is actually the same thing, so it doesn't matter. Let's see. We might go hit our potato farm up real quick, and just get a bunch of levels and experience from that. Create books to create money. There we go. And
I feel like somebody fucked up if they couldn't get the flavor right, where everything just in the Matrix just tastes like chicken.
Lol.
It's like, isn't that how a machine gets like decommissioned? Is it couldn't do its job?
You had one job, literally, and you made everything taste like chicken. You're fired.
We designed you for the purpose of designing this, and you failed to design it.
Lol. Failure on multiple fronts. Let's condense into
You
blocks.
are just an idiot. You are the perfect idiot designed by the best geniuses of the time
Oh my god.
to be the
Ooh.
ultimate idiot.
There's a new anime that I've been watching that's about to finish. I think the next episode comes out on Sunday, and it's the last episode for the series. And it totally seems like a one-shot. But it's literally, it's like Detroit become waifu with Wheatley as a good guy. And that's
What?
the anime. Yeah, that's literally like the anime. It's time travel shenanigans, but like Wheatley from Portal 2 is effectively a good guy, and he's smart instead of dumb. He's like the opposite of Wheatley, but he's just still Wheatley. It's called Vivi Floret's Eye Song. I think that's the name of the anime. Vivi is just what I call the anime, but it's like Vivi's Floret's Eye Song. I don't know. It's like, it's got a long weird name. It's like this anime that's like amazing. Chat, like literally, I recommend this anime to everyone. The animation is beautiful. Like I'm talking about absolutely gorgeous. The fight scenes are absolutely phenomenal. Everything, it's about AI and AI becoming intelligent and becoming, you know, human, and you know, things like that. It's got that whole like Detroit become human vibe to it, where like, where does the line between AI and human stand, with a twist that the anime starts with the future, where the AI basically go full Skynet and Terminator on the world and start killing all humans, and then like brilliant scientists sends a program into the past to basically make one of the robots like a Terminator for good. Like it turns like this songstress AI, like this waifu effectively, that's whole purpose is just singing songs for entertainment, and it turns her into basically a come with me if you want to live character. You know what I mean? It's an amazing anime, and it's like completely under everyone's radar, and I don't understand why. It's absolutely phenomenal. But with that said, I don't know, that just immediately reminded me of it. Let's put this stuff up real quick and go to the potato farm. Go to the farm. Go to the ranch.
We're sending you to the ranch.
That's it. Just nothing we can do about it. Just gotta go to the ranch. You've been ranched. Honestly, like, can we imagine, like, in the future, right? Like, the point in time where we might get rid of cow fields and all that, right? Because like the future of meat is going to be like 3D printing steak, right? Like that's like an inevitability at this point. So there's going to be a point in time.
It's already in development.
Yeah. So there's going to be a point in time where ranches just won't be a thing, or at least like not in the traditional sense, right? So like you're going to have people.
Funny enough, it'll be in the more traditional sense, because back in the day, it was only poor people that had farms and ranches, and now only rich people have farms and ranches.
But like there's gonna be the whole like saying of like, don't make me send you to the ranch, and it's like, what the hell's a ranch? Like imagine people just not knowing what a ranch is, because it's just there's a skyscraper that produces beef. Is that the ranch? Like, you know, what is a ranch? You know, like, oh, he bought the farm. What's a farm? You know, we have hydroponic buildings that like have layered things that grow all of our food without the need of pesticides, and which honestly is the future of growing everything that's green, chat. You know, it's like you don't need to worry about like soil, and it's recyclable, and it's like it's just the future. And it's like farms are just the old way of doing stuff. Eventually it's just going to be that they're gone, and all of that land mass is just going to be more buildings for people to live in, and you know, like stuff like that. And
honestly, I think you would be surprised how long and stuff stays in our lexicon. Because keep in mind, people still use the word rewind, even though it does not apply in any way.
Please be kind. Please rewind. How many people still remember that phrase? How many people in chat are old enough to remember that phrase? Be kind, rewind. Or you know what? Or don't touch that dial. How many people in chat ever had a television that had a dial on it, right? I'm actually one of the few people that I know that it's old enough to have had a television, like an old cathode ray tube, like the big chunky TVs, you know, like the not flat ones that actually had a dial that changed the channel. And that this was back before you didn't have hundreds of channels, chat. You had like 60 channels. That was it. You know, like number 1 was news, number 2 was other news, number 3 was whatever entertainment. You're like, that was it. It was X amount of channels, and that was it. You know, you had one of those. Yeah, YouTube Rewind is probably the only way people have heard the word rewind in the recent times. In the recent times.
Not the before 4 times.
Not the before 4 times. But no, but seriously, like, imagine that. Like, I think actually I was having this conversation with you the other day, weren't we, Oob? Where it's like, think of all the things that are like integrated into our society that we will just be like, people won't understand why they're relevant. Like, I was talking about like someone walking up to a window and doing like everyone, I don't have a camera so you can't see it, but like everyone knows the motion where they like rotate their hand, like, you know, lowering your window, and it's like, no one's gonna know what that means anymore. There's no cars that have like the thing where you crank your window down. It's just you push a button and your window goes up and down. Back in the day, you had to like crank your window. Like there was a literal crank. And whenever a cop would like stop you and come up to your window, or whenever someone was like, hey, put your window down, they'd walk up to your window and basically make this motion with their hand to insinuate like, you know, use your crank, lower your window, I need to speak with you. And that's a gesture that some people will still understand what someone means by that, but not know why they understand it. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's a part of like, oh yeah, that means he wants me to lower my window. But why? Why does that gesture mean lowering the window? It's like flipping someone off, or like, you know, like doing the thing where you like flick the underside of your chin to be like, fuck you to someone. Like, where did, like, we all use those gestures, we all understand what they mean, but we have no idea where they came from. We just know that you do those things.
I know where the middle finger came from.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, no one really knows. Everyone knows what they mean, and that they're bad things or they're good things or whatever. You know, like everyone understands the implication and behind them, but no one really understands where they came from. That's where we're going with all. Who's calling me right now? That's where we're going with all of these things. You know, we're getting to the point where, as society, we understand what these things mean, but we don't actually know why they mean what they mean. Give me all of your emeralds. Let's go get more potato. Cranky cars. Honestly, go ahead.
Have I talked about the origin of the middle finger stream before?
I don't think so. Not on stream. I know we've talked about it, but not on stream, no. Middle finger is Greek.
Middle finger is Greek?
That's what Ash said.
Yes, it is. But it has a very specific origin. Basically, for our streamers who have not heard this, the middle finger, first of all, the reason why middle finger is supposed to be offensive is because it looks like a dick. A lot of obscene hand gestures in cultures across the world are obscene because they look like a phallus.
Is pee-pee bad?
Yeah, no, the Germans have one called the fig, where they push their thumb, but like they make a fist with their thumb between two of the fingers, and it's supposed to be like a little dick poking out,
like the wanker gesture. Exactly.
Yeah, that's their middle finger. But the middle finger, it wasn't just used because it was phallic. It also had a very specific purpose, and that is it was originally a magical hand gesture used to banish demons, because the idea is that you were showing your dominance over them by waving a metaphorical penis at them.
Lol.
And they had to do what you said because you were superior to them.
Fuck you, demons! I own you.
Which is really funny because I would love to see like an exorcist in a movie or TV series, like, you know, ritually flip off a demon to make it go away.
Lol.
Like have all kinds of energy
right
spirits flying around, and it's like,
War II.
oh, Dominus in da,
Lol.
flip them off, and it'd be like hit them like a shockwave, and like get knocked over, and like fuck this, and just run away and jump into a hell portal to get away.
I just imagine someone like charging up their middle finger like a friggin' Kamehameha, where they just like pull their hand back and it's like, fuck dog. And then the demon's like, no, wait, stop. You, and just like throw their middle finger out, and it just like a friggin' blast wave like sends them into another dimension. Just violently exercise them by like flipping them off aggressively. Aggressive fingering to remove demons from the dimension.
I've actually seen middle finger beam done badass before, and it only worked because of the story that it was in. But you know Invader Zim?
Yes, Invader Zim.
Okay.
Him.
So, do you know the other works that the creator of that show did before Invader Zim?
I only know one. It was Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Johnny the Homicidal
and he
Maniac.
also did a he also did a spin-off, and it wasn't like more an actual full story. It was more a collection of like side shit that they inserted like in the Johnny comics, because it was done like a magazine, so they had like fake advertisements and little side comics and stuff. And actually, what's funny is it kind of reminds me of Nickelodeon magazine in a while, a bit,
Yeah.
which was some badass shit if you remember that.
Mhm.
But anyway, he did a side collection called Squeeze, which was kind of a continuation of the story as well as all the side shit. And one of them was him, like the actual artist, like being a superhero-esque character who was like flying through space and killing the amalgamations of his worst examples of his own fans. And at one point they assumed their ultimate form,
Lol.
and he had to take and I'll form the ass, like literal Voltron style. And he defeated them with his ultimate attack, which was him shooting a beam of laser out of his middle finger.
Lol.
And it had like a little note in the corner that explained that it was like this power is the result of the horrible accident with, I don't know, Pop Rocks or something. It was
Pop Rocks,
stupid.
something obscene, because that's just the genre.
Remind me the next time we like hang out. I've got both of the Johnny and Squee collections. And I will show you. It's a beautiful fucking frame, because he's kind of like what's his name? Akira Toriyama, not Akira Toriyama. Hirohiko Araki, where he loves excuses to draw stupid shit incredibly badass.
Lol, I love it. Okay, chat. What did we decide? What did we decide on the name? What did we decide on the name for the fishing rod? Let's see. Hog pole. Fish obtainer. Fish obtainer. Kitty feeder. I don't know. Let's see what else. Food scran obtainer. Food scran obtainer. What else?
Spud rod.
Spud rod. Kitty cat bread lore. Bread. It's just bread. It'll get that bread. Bread lore.
All fish are bread.
All fish are bread. Just all lowercase. All fish are bread. Bread. I spelled bread wrong. Bread. All fish are bread. Like, technically that is true. You have to breed in order to get fish, so all fish come from fish. That is just a statement. All fish are bred. The Lurator 9,000. 9,001. This way it's over 9,000. Let's see. All cats are bred. The bread fetcher. I keep spelling bread breed. The bread fetcher. What else?
I actually want to vote on this.
Okay.
When we get on the actual stream.
You've not been on the actual stream this whole time, Oob? Everyone,
No, I've just been talking
shame,
to you.
shame. I'm joking. The pond dipper.
Dipper. I like that.
Pond dipper. Point dipper. Just he can't spell anything right now, Chuck.
I did not mean to cough directly into the. I was complimenting your voice before.
Oh, he's like, I was complimenting your voice and you didn't even see it. See, shame, Oob, shame.
Okay. Yes, shame on me. Well, this wasn't a planned thing. I just kind of joined in and been popping on and off.
I'm messing with you, Oob. Normally, the point of view is to mess with me, and it's a very rare occasion that I get to mess with you back. So, I have to take my chances when I can, chat. I have to take my shots when I got them.
Now,
let's see.
You have royally screwed up. Because I've just been hanging out. You didn't say I was allowed to fuck with you on.
Oh, I thought that was the whole point. The light jabbing, the jabs. Remember the jabs? Do I have to go back and rewatch the thing I said on the very first stream we ever had, where I was basically like, "Hi, this is me, and this is my friend so and so, and I'm here to do this, and he's here to do that," and I'm fairly certain that like jabbing and all of that was part of your job description. You were the jabby boy. You were the one who jabs.
I'm the one who jabs.
I'm the one who jabs. But what we name? Breadfish?
I could rewatch that, by the way.
Honestly, the only problem that I have, like, I'm not at the point where I've grown so much that my streams are cringy to me or anything like that, because I actually, chat, I legitimately, I look forward to the day where I can look back on my streams and be like, I can't believe I was so cringy. I don't know why. I feel like that's the part of growth and it's fun to me. But, like, I think the only problems that I have with my old streams is I was still trying to learn the settings to stream at, because there's no book you just read that says this is exactly what you need to do, right? You just kind of got to know what to do and do it. So, like, the first few streams we did, honestly, for like the first like 4 or 5 streams we did, the encoding was awful. Like, it was a blurry mess, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't that it wasn't entertaining or anything like that, because honestly I could probably sit back there and watch it again too, but like, it pains me to watch the bitrate just eat shit and the screen turn into pixelated garbage, you know what I mean? You're gonna go back and watch my first video? Okay. But you know what I mean? Like, that's the part that's painful. Oob dabs. Fish dab. All right, we need to either have a poll, chat. That's all, folks. My God, what the heck was that word that I was just trying to say? We either need to have a poll to fish. English is my first language. We need to have a poll, or we need to have a consensus, chat, on what we're naming this fishing rod. We need this fish pole named. We need to name the fish pole. We need to do Follower Mountain, and while we're doing Follower Mountain, we need to initiate a heckin' gamble. Oob, your voice makes me jealous. Aww. Ash.
Don't lie. I have a terrible, squeaky goblin voice.
Oh my God! Wait, that just reminded me. We were just talking about antiquated like things that society doesn't understand anymore, right? Dabbing, like. You know, dabbing, like before it was the whole dab was as a gesture where you like throw your head into your friggin' elbow, right? Before that, it's like, dabbing something on would be like, lightly applying, like dipping your fingers into something and like tapping it against you to like lightly apply a cologne or a moisturizer or something like that, right? So like, could you imagine people in the future that forgot that that's what dab is, and they're like, just a dab will do ya? And then they're going to just immediately think that that was just like a dab a day keeps the doctor away, where you just randomly dab and that's all you need to do and that'll do you just fine, because like the words no longer make sense, you know what I mean? So it'd be like, just a dab will do you, and you're like, all right, dab. Just a single dab. You don't need to dab more than once. More than one dab is too much dabbing. If you get caught publicly dabbing more than once in a row, you'll be arrested. It's a hate crime. Stop. You know what I mean? Like, just imagine how broken sayings will be if we change the words inside of the saying. Like, imagine if an apple a day keeps the doctor away. If we change the word doctor, instead of meaning like a medical professional, to like doctor being, I don't know, like an abusive boyfriend. I don't know, like you just call like, if suddenly doctors are called something else.
Medicaid.
Yeah, like, and then all of a sudden, like, that saying persists, but the words in the saying mean different things in the future. An apple, throw an apple at your doctor. Yes, they're allergic to
That would be
apples.
the
All
way.
doctors are allergic to apples. If you
No,
throw,
honestly, I'm fairly certain if you can take any given doctor, and you throw an apple, you just start throwing apples at him, and he's gonna be like, "Yeah, I don't get paid enough for this."
I'm just imagining. I think Adult Swim, what's its name? Robot Chicken. I think the skit they did it best, where it was literally, there was like a kid sitting on a table and the doctor's like, all right, Jimmy, it's time for your shot. And as the doctor was approaching with the needle, the kid like whipped an apple out from his pocket and held it out like it was like a fucking cross with a vampire. And the doctor was like, and like hissing and like, you know, unable to approach the child because he was like holding out an apple. And then it's like, you know, jump cuts to another scene. It was like, that was it. That's like the best interpretation of an apple a day keeps a doctor a day keeps the apple at bay. I'm broken, chat. Oh, I'm broken. Okay, wait, I need to keep up with chat. I asked chat to name this thing. Dabs for ducks. Oh. Okay, chat. Before I break English any worse, we need to name this fishing pole. So it's either we're gonna take like five. We either take five suggestions from chat, or we are going to whatever chat unanimously agrees on. Oob, you said you wanted to weigh on this, right? What did you want to name the fishing rod? Call it imposter.
I'm like flabbergasted because I see so many different great options.
I know,
if
right?
I'm gonna go with one of my own, I would go with lowercase all fish are bred.
All fish are bred. Okay, Oob, you want to make a poll? Pick your favorite. Pick your favorite 5 that you've seen out of chat, and we'll have chat vote. And then we will name the fishing rod Imposter. Impolster. Get it? Because it's a fishing pole. I'm hilarious. I'm bad. I know. I'll see myself out. It's okay. Also, I need to figure out what we're going to do with this amalgamation of... Oh my god, just... I need to figure out what we're going to do with Jeb over here in the corner. This is every time I look at it, it looks worse. This is what nightmares are made of. Moby Dick. Susrod.
Crap.
I don't know what we're gonna do with this guy here. I mean, we could literally just dispense him from the corner and have multiple clerics to trade with. That's an option. But the nightmare fuel that he has become is kind of just... I don't want to touch him. He scares me. I fear no man.
What am I looking
but
at?
This,
What am I looking at?
But
What
this
is
I am
happening?
afraid of. This scares me. I don't want to touch it, chat.
It scares me. What
Okay.
is it?
Do you remember, Ooh, when we were making our mob switch? I had like railings down, like zigzagging back and forth, and we were basically just getting everyone made into a cleric and put on a rail so that we could ship them all off to our mob switch to zombify them, right? So in the time that they were sitting here, I was trying to pack as many villagers, like 50 villagers, I was trying to pack in this small space, and the minecarts didn't want to get... You know what, actually, chat? I have the perfect thing. I'm gonna go find the video. I'm gonna find the video in which this happened, and we're gonna watch it happen, okay, chat? Here. Oob, you do the poll. You focus on the poll, and I'm gonna find the
I'm trying
video.
to figure out what's going on because everything is crossed out. What is
Everything's crossed out, what? It's /poll, and then you just type stuff in.
Yeah, I had to go back and scroll because I had to actually look at the thing and what's going on. Keto says
That's because Ash probably suggested calling it boob, if I had to guess. Okay, 1 second. I'm pulling up the video that I think it happened in. Let's see.
Also, you're being asked to say something silly.
What happened where? Ash got bonked, lol. Father say invented without the first N. Oh, I vented? I'm sus. Gasp! Chat, I'm sus! I vented! Okay, let's see. Was this the video?
I don't get it.
It's a Among Us reference.
Okay.
Okay. All right, there's no sound chat because I when I record these videos of me doing grindy stuff off stream, I generally have the sound muted, so if someone walks in the room, I don't have to worry, or I don't have to worry about music playing and stuff like that. But let me quickly we're gonna switch over to the watch a video screen and hope it works. Of course it doesn't work. Why would it ever work? Why would this ever work? I don't know why this never works. Let's see.
All right, chat.
Yes,
I
go
can say
ahead.
something to chat.
Yeah, go ahead.
I cannot dig through all of the chats to find all the great names. So everybody, take this moment to post your picks because I'm going to start typing it in, and
Okay.
I can't scroll up while I'm typing.
And give a good 5 minutes for chat to the vote. You vented an electrical. Burp, 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 burp. Okay, so chat. This is the video from way back when we were building this thing. And, I think I randomly jumped ahead, and I think we just witnessed what happened. So let me back up a little bit, and when it gets back to that point again, let's see, we're at 122.58. Let's back up a bit. So this right here, what we're seeing right now, chat, this was all from when we were farming these villagers. I had obviously we had the corner where we farm them, and then a rail basically shot them out here. And what happened was I packed too many on these rails, right? And they exploded off. Let me go back to where they exploded. Right, so I'm like trying to pack these guys in here as tightly as possible, and something happens and they malfunction and they get like stuck inside of each other. Like, see how they're, oh my god, like see how they're stacking? And I was afraid, chat, at this point in time, I was afraid they were gonna get entity crammed and start dying. So I'm like just trying to get them to stop packing into each other. Like I'm trying to break them apart so they stop stacking into one another. And I don't know what the hell's going on. So I think what happens is I break the railing. Like, look, they were just continuing to condense into one another. And I have no idea why, but I was afraid that if all of them condensed, they would start entity cramming. So I started breaking the rails, and they all flew off the rails. But I'm like, okay, that's fine. I could just push them back onto the rails, right? So I break the rails to try to break them apart. And I got that guy out, and I think I actually got really lucky and I ended up getting him back in a minecart. Either that or I killed him. I don't remember what happened. But like they started exploding and flying off the rails and going everywhere, right? And then I guess at one point in time, because I didn't realize, you could see, if I could pause the video at the right time, you could see that in that corner, there's no guy over there right now, right? If I can catch it at the right time in which I look over that direction. Turn around me. Oh, right there. You see right here, chat? You see this guy, how he just kind of glides away and he's gone. He's off screen. At that point in time, I did not realize that that happened. Let's watch that again. So there's no one. Let's see if we could find in that corner, because there was a point in time in which I looked over there.
Need more suggestions.
So right, that was it. So there's no one in that corner right now, right, chat? Like right next to that guy, there's no one over there right now. So then, right here, this guy, the friction of all these carts pushing next together, takes all of these guys and just whoosh, there he goes, and just sends, like, I don't know how many are there, chat. There's at least 10 of those guys stacked on top of each other that got yeeted into that corner. Which is funny because I was counting each of these guys as we went, and this was like right before we finished having enough people to do this. So the next stream, I'm like, we should have like 50 guys and we only need like 40. And then when we finished loading the mob switch up, we had like exactly enough. And I'm like, why do I not have extra? I thought I made plenty of extra. And this is why, because all of those, oh wait, I think we could see him. I think you could technically see him over there in the corner. 1 second, let me fix this real quick. I don't think this is the full size. 1 second. Let me do this, and I'll just make the screen a little bit smaller. I don't know if y'all could see over in the corner, but he's there now, because you can see the mine carts. But yeah, now that guy is just in the corner over there. Now I'm playing cleanup. I'm trying to get everyone back on the friggin' rails. And then honestly, the rest of the video is me finishing finishing fixing this mistake that I made, getting everyone packed up, and then continuing from there. So effectively, chat, at that point in time, I didn't realize that that guy was in that corner. I just didn't. I never looked over there. Then we went through the entire episode, we finished the mob switch, and then I came back, I think the next episode, and was like, bro, what the heck is this? And got freaked out. And literally, it took me 2 episodes to realize, 'cause I never really came in this corner. Larry has been chilling here ever since, and I just kind of never realized that this guy, that this guy just existed. Oh, how's the poll go, noob?
I have 4 suggestions total, and 2 of them are mine. So we really need to get.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, get it going.
back.
What are the 4 suggestions, or what are the 4 you have?
Oh, I gotta. Hold on. I was going back up. Oh, Fishy Finder. That was another one. Okay, so we have 5. Let me because I gotta remember them. All fish are bred.
All fish are bred.
Lowercase.
Mm-hmm.
Susrod.
Susrod.
Moby Rod by Keto.
Moby Rod, okay. Sussy Baka Rod.
And I almost typed Moby Keto.
Moby Keto. It's better than Keto Dick.
I came. What was I came up with another one. Oh yeah. Fish mining.
Fish mining pick, lol. Keto Dick.
Actually, I'm changing that to diamond fish. No, fish mining pick. I like fish mining pick. And what was the last one?
I think you said Fishy Finder.
We're not putting Keto Dick.
No.
Yeah, Fishy Finder.
Either that or it's like Kitty Feeder or something like that. I remember I just sat there and made like a bajillion names that I didn't put any thought or effort into. I was just typing random stuff into. No Dictato. Oh my god. All right, Dick is a name, okay, chat? It's Richard. That's it. It's not anything more than that. Otherwise, Twitch is not going to be happy with me. Call it Sussy Baccarat, I beg.
The other day, I saw some dude get kicked in the Richard.
Kicked in the Richard? Oh, his poor Richard was so sore after that.
Middle finger looks like a Richard.
All right, do this poll. Do the poll.
All right.
Surely do the thing. Do it for like 2 minutes. Not Richard. F. Okay. Apparently, if I don't put anything here, chat, it just names it F. F. All right, chat. Put your poll. Put your polls in, and then after we do this, we can start the prediction for the golden spudios. We'll do a heckin' gamble after this. So, chat, place your prediction. Place your vote for what we want our fishing role to be named, and then prepare yourself for a heckin' gamble. Bet everyone chose their own. Right. Well, there's only 5, and I think there's more people here than that. In fact, I think I can vote too, so let's see. I'm going to vote for Fishy Finder.
But if I vote, that means Keto would have to do the thing.
No, you could vote. Voting is fine. It's the prediction in which you can't vote and also put the prediction results in.
Oh, yeah, because we're actually betting.
Yeah. This is just everyone can put their opinion in. It doesn't matter.
How do I do that? Because I can't find it.
You just click on it. You click on the poll, yeah.
It was... I think
it was hiding.
My thing updated because it was in a different place than I thought it was going to be.
Is it going to be Susrod? Right now we have a 3-way tie. We got Susrod.
Well, that's aggravating because I was going to pick one that wasn't picked yet. So
oh, no, wait. Fishy Finder has 2. Fishy Finder's in the lead. Will Fishy Finder win? It's 2. It's the only one that's got 2. If you got to vote in chat, vote. Who will win? Who will win? Who will win, chat? Who will win? It's got a couple seconds left. We've only got a couple seconds.
And
And Fishy Finder with 3. All right, Fishy Finder it is.
Whoop, whoop.
Fishy Finder is the winner. Oh, and our anvil conveniently broken. The power of the Fishy Finder was way too strong. All right, chat. With that said, let's put our Fishy Finder away. We'll have to go make a new anvil real quick. I'll do that. Let's grab a couple blocks. So far, we have 2 new followers to add to Follower Mountain. Oops. I need to go up one more floor. So while I do Follower Mountain, chat, let's do our heckin' gamble. So, Oob, if you'd like to set up a prediction, go ahead and set up a prediction for whatever number of, or non-number of golden potatoes you think people should bet on today.
Let's see. What?
Iron.
What's
3
the
of
thing I
those.
type again?
/ prediction.
Prediction.
Anvil. There we go. We'll put some emeralds away for now. And let's see, what blocks do we want to bring to Follower Mountain? Let's do some stone. Bam. We have Jish Cup and Hoopa Fan to add to Follower Mountain today. So with that, I will grab these 2 blocks. I will go put this anvil back downstairs so we have it. If I can fit down a hole. I need to fix that. I need to make that hole more convenient to fall. I need to make a hole more convenient to get inside, chat. What should I do? I have an idea. I'm gonna remedy it real quick. That's 1 floor too high. Let's see.
Wait, whoops.
Oh.
How long is the permit? How long is the?
I don't know. Set it for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Give us time to do Follower Mountain and not be rushed. Let's do this. Right, because if I put a stair back here, then all I have to do, well, not that. Also,
Your
not
face
that.
is a stare.
My face is a stair. Oh, ultimate burn. Omega burn. There we go. Now all I
As
have to
in-
do is walk into that and I'll fall in. So, perfect.
As in it's got sharp angles and it's meant to be stepped on.
Oh, well, that's someone's
Uh-oh.
thing. I don't judge, Oob. All right, let's go grab Wheatley and let's head out to Follower Mountain while the heckin' gamble's going on. So let's see who
I have
we
a
got.
coworker who's
We got 1 or more or none. All right, will the Golden Goddess give y'all a golden Spudyo today? That is the question. What were you saying, Oob? Bing bong.
Oh, I have a coworker who is utterly obsessed with Harry Styles,
Okay.
and I always make jokes to her like every time she like starts,
Wheatley.
fake swooning because one of his songs came on or something.
Uh-huh.
I'll make jokes about it's like, please Harry Styles step on my face,
Lol.
and she's like, yep, in a heartbeat, he can step on my face all he wants.
Lol. Oh, that didn't break grass. Okay, goody. All right, Wheatley, onwards to Follower Mountain. Jump. Alrighty then. We all add our fellow friends and fellow taters to the mountain. And then we're gonna go grab some bone meal because I don't think we've been in the area long enough to let those fully grow. And we'll, have the bone meal just in case. We'll grab the bone meal, we'll head over to the gambling site, the potato patch and the foxhole, and we'll do our heckin' gamble. All right, Wheatley, play nice. Don't you be a butt. Okay, let's see. We got to start filling out this back a little bit more. Let's bury some of our friends back here, at least best we can. So let's see. For anyone that's not aware of what we're doing, Follower Mountain, effectively every single person that follows the channel, we get a block dedicated to them. Every single block you see within these fences, with exception to the grass beneath me, is a follower. Every single one. We open the F3 screen, and over here on the right side where it says targeted block, that block that we are looking at when we place it down, that is your block. When I call your name and place a block, that's you. So if you want to clip it, or you just want to keep the number for your own records, feel free. Otherwise, let's see. We're going to start with Jash Cup. With, I think it's supposed to be like Josh Cup, but like with no O, because it's literally JSHK Sup, Josh Sup. I don't know how to really say it. I've been saying Josh Cup, so I'm gonna stick with that. So Josh Cup, they followed us on Sunday stream when we were playing Dungeons. That block right there, that's you, fam. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to Team Tater, mate. Whoop whoop. And then let's see. Next up, we have Hoopafan333, which also followed us on Sunday while we were playing Dungeons. Hoopafan, that one right there, that one's you, mate. Thank you so much for the follow, and welcome to Team Tater. With that said, chat, Oob is sus? Why is sus? Why is Oob sus? Let's head back. We'll get some, we'll get our flowers out of our iron farm, convert them into some bone meal, and we'll grab the bone meal that we already have in our bone meal generator and head over to our perturber farm. Let's do it. The gamble is almost over. It's almost perfect timing, chat, as we freshly produce some of our wonderful iron in here. Let's see. There we go. May as well grab this iron while we're here too. Because why not? There we go. Let me out. And Wheatley, stay out of... I know you're wearing gold and you're all fancy and pretty, but stay out of the wheat fields. Why is Oob sus? It is curious. Wow, actually, chat, I just glanced over at the poll. There's thousands of points on the line today. Someone's gonna either be rich or poor. Definitely one or the other. Oh, you weren't saying Oob is sus. Who is sus? Ash says Oob is sus. Let's go grab our bone meal. Our bone meal. Bone meal. Alright, we'll drop this in there. Grab that out of there. And let's go head over. Or let's grab your mom real quick. There we go. I still hate / love making that joke, chat. Alright, all bets are locked in. Let's see who Lady Luck will fortune today. Will the Golden Goddess give us love? Oh, actually, a lot of them are fully grown. Let's just top off the last few. Which are just those two. Not bad, not bad. We'll leave the rest of them in there. Alright, chat, you know the drill. Let's see how many golden potatoes we get out of all of these. Alrighty then, we only need one. That's it. It's either one or none, chat. If we get more than one, that still counts. Ready? Bam. Oh, none there. None there? No, I don't see any yet. I don't see any yet, chat. Ooh, what are we gonna do? We gotta get none today? Ooh, I don't know, chat. We're halfway through. We're halfway through. Oh! There it is, chat. Well, there's no point in holding on. We got one. The Golden Goddess graced us with some spuds today. We got one entire golden spud. And I do believe Oob voted, so I'll have to put the predictions in. So with that said, chat, congratulations to those who won the potato chips / prediction. And outcome is one or more. There we go. Congratulations to those who won, and to those who lost, do not worry, there's always next stream. You will get your potato chips back eventually. Let's replant our spudios.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
I mean, you eventually. Probabilities dictate that if you keep watching the stream, eventually you will get back whatever you might have lost. I mean, if you're ducks and you put 200,000 points in, then that might be a different thing. But
well, Ducks only put 10 on, but apparently is still devastated by the loss.
Aw, well, that's because Ducks wanted to earn the 2,000.
Hey, Ducks. Guess that means I'm three times as you, because I put in 30.
Oof. 3 times the no. Oh, I want to do a heck of sleep.
So that really hurt me.
Oh, 30 whole points.
Out of 10.4K.
Lol. Honestly, I think you get 10 points for watching for like, 5 minutes? It's like 2 points a minute or something like that. So y'all get those point backs. You'll get them back. Let's put our perturbers up here and I'll sort through the adventure chests later. Honestly, chat, I've been thinking about what to do with this bottom floor once everything in this tower is done. And I'm thinking I want to make it a lobby. Like, this will be moved to the library floor, so it won't be down here. I want to kind of have like an information desk, a big round desk here. And behind it, I want to have like a world map. Like just a map that has the whole area mapped out with a "you are here" and other landmarks and stuff like that. And I think that'll be a cool purpose for this room. Like we could have like chairs and benches off to the side where people would come in and sit and relax while waiting to see, you know, whoever they're meeting here, and then have the information desk. Maybe we'll trap a golem behind it so the golem could be the information golem. That won't happen. It won't happen after you get VIP points, and you'll be spending them. Yes, Dux is saving up for the 46,269 points or whatever it is that you need to become VIP, and then Dux will be VIP. All right, but with that said, chat, I do think after what, it's been like 3 hours 20 minutes. I think we'll wrap up for here tonight
Before
for today.
You do, before you do, that's a long time to go without drinking as much as you certainly have not been, I'm sure.
Oob redeemed to hydrate. Let's everyone in chat for one last time this stream. Eat your water. It's good for you. Delicious. Absolutely tasty.
Oh, look at me, and I don't even have any.
Oob's over here requesting hydrate checks, and he doesn't even have water. Rip. Alrighty then, chat. Well, let's see. Who do we want to raid today? We got to find someone to raid, right? Who are we gonna raid? We're gonna come over here, and we're gonna just come stand in front of our fish tank with our beautiful crater in the background. Let's see. Let me jump on over to Twitch real quick and find out who's online.
I freaking love that aquarium.
All right, it's cool. I want to make it bigger eventually and put more fishies in it, but eventually we have to finish this this luxury suite that we have here, so that, you know, it's actually a finished penthouse. For 2069. Lol.
Whoop, whoop.
Let's see. We got French is live. So do we want to raid French or do we want to do a rando? Let's do a quick poll. / poll. Who we heckin' raiding? French. Rando.
Ooh, excuse me. Do not
And we'll do it for a
that over the
minute.
mic.
Everyone place your bets. Or place your bets. Place your prediction. And while everyone's predicting someone, I'll start browsing for someone random in the event that rando is the winner. Let's see. We'll look for some hardcore players. Let's see who's winning so far. French Roast so far is winning, so I might not even have to worry about finding a rando streamer. We got someone playing honorary hardcore in vanilla bedrock. Very pog of them. Let's see. You have 24,500 points. Dux, you're an absolute champion. All right, well, it looks like it's unanimous. Everyone says French. We are doing a French roast raid. All right, chat. Well, with that said, if you're just catching us now, we are wrapping up stream, but do not fret. We stream every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. If you want to make sure you don't miss a stream, make sure you follow us here on Twitch. Also, you can do !point Discord, !point Twitter, and get the social links there. If you follow us on Discord and Twitter, I always announce when we go live there as well. Not to mention all the other fun stuff we have in Discord. With that said, though, we are wrapping up. Please do stick around for the raid to give support to our fellow streamers out there on Twitch. If you've collected any potato chips this stream, now is the perfect time to redeem some. A couple 100 points will buy you a temporary unlock of our Pogtato, which we can then spam as part of the raid to give love and pogs to our fellow streamers out there. So yeah, with that, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna do a heckin' raid, and I'll see everyone on Thursday. Anything to say to our lovely Oob before we leave them?
Everybody should have a wonderfully PogChamp day.
Everyone have an amazing, wonderfully PogChamp day. You heard it from me and Oob. I hope everyone has an amazing rest of your Tuesday. Absolutely Poggers Wednesday. And I will catch you all on Thursday. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.